So my um my class feature for getting level 6 in Warlock allows me to basically be the puppet master for a soul. And I wanted to know mechanically if we can say, I mean, it's your choice. I don't know
Mhm.
if you want the soul to be consumed if I use a soul in that way, or if I can still use Kazeshino to suck the soul that I subjugate afterwards. Or do I have to choose?
Let me. What's the name of the feature?
Accursed Spectre under active abilities on the features tab.
Gotcha. Um, yeah. So what I'll say is that Kazesino has consumed the soul, so it counts towards your consumed souls, but then it's using the power of the soul to create a projection of it.
Okay, cool.
Um, and then I'll give you that stat box so you have access to it. And then I'm gonna make a slight tweak to where instead of rolling initiative for it, it's gonna act on your turn because that's easier.
Does my is that how my other ones work with
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's kind of that's kind of crazy. I can have two little Spectre buddies at the same time.
Yeah. Uh, there you go.
Thanks.
Oh, and you can go and edit its attacks and stuff to add those little tweaks that the ability does to its stats. Um,
Okay.
cool.
Do I have edit?
You should have
Oh, I
full
do.
access to it, yeah. Same for your other ones.
Cool.
Um, Alrighty, so Taylor, what happened last time?
Oh yeah. One sec. Oops. I didn't pull that up.
Love the rework, by the way, Chris. Just looked at it.
Sweet. Hey, yeah, I made the frozen chicken patties. I made two of them and ate them. Yeah. Yeah, they were yummy. I put a little lettuce on them and sweet and sour sauce. Air fryer. hmm I used the bread. There were two containers of bread. I finished off one of them. It was like in the back of the. And yeah, yeah, yep.
Okay, so my notes are pretty sparse. Um,
I mean, not much
Towards the
important
end,
happened.
true, we did a lot of fighting. I'd say a bunch of important stuff happened. We saved the day. We saved Zolpali's family, and we killed the asshole that was trying to kill us. I'd say that is super important. Um, but where we left off, I think we were still in this other room over here. Um, we finished off the last minion that was still alive. We searched around the area. We found some drugs, some pretty intense drugs. We took some and we moved downwards and kept exploring um, this dungeon. Eventually, we came across this door, which we were having some trouble opening. Um, and as we're starting to figure out the puzzle, When we turned back, we realized that more minions have, or they're approaching us. And we had some Class 2 Godzillas, I think, and some Class 3 um, monsters, and we were like, what the fuck is going on? So we tried to basically pull not a Trojan horse, but a little switcheroo on them. I'm pretty sure I smacked the fuck out of Alistair for some reason. I can't remember why exactly. Oh, I was pretending he was my prisoner, and I wanted it to look authentic. Um, and we go up. I'm still dressed as one of the people that we killed, and I try to pass myself off as one of them. Um, One of them follows us back, and then we get about right here on this bridge when Kessie, who turned into a scorpion,
That seems right.
who turned into a scorpion. It was either a spider or a scorpion. I couldn't remember. Turned into a scorpion and fucking went ape shit, scorpion shit on this guy. Ran out, stabbed him, stung him, bit him, clawed him to pieces, and then all hell broke loose. But ultimately, we were successful. We spilt the blood of one of the snake boys right here. We opened up the door, and we went in. And I mean, we had a good time here, but we also had a bad time here. Um, what is this guy's name? I can just use my handy dandy journal tab so that I'm omniscient. Wait, where's all of my journal people?
I think
Oh
it's
no.
just the actors tab.
Ah, the actors tab. There we go. Cathome, Vein of the Grotto. Yeah, we had some issues with this guy. He had this one move where like his little blood minions would get inside of you and make you run in the other direction and come out and surround you. The minions just kept spawning, and we were having some trouble getting through them. Went down a few times. We had a bunch of people go down. In the meantime, Zopali's losing his shit trying to find his daughter and wife, which he does eventually find. Rescues them. There's a whole portion of the battle where Lilavati is protecting Zopali and trying to get him out. All the while, Aldri's peeking out from behind this door and taking pot shots at the enemies and Cathome. We had Alistar, Takara, Sarkovan, Kessie in the mix against Cathome and his minions. And after a hard-fought battle, we did end up defeating Cathome, but not without Kessie dying, question mark. And yeah, I think we were still kind of recovering from the whole shock of everything that happened. We may have had some choice words, but I think that's about it, unless anybody else wants to jump in.
The daughter was chained to the altar in a different spot than the wife, who was in a goo pod.
Yes, we had to do some rescue actually. Ran in, rescued her first. Zolpali got her. I think Zolpali was carrying her as he checked this southeastern door, woke up some people and immediately dipped out. And then he checked this door, and that's where he found his wife. And as soon as he opened the door for her, a bunch of other goons popped out from their containment cells. So yeah, it was a hard-fought battle, but
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Give me 1 second. So, Kessie. Darkness. Actually, we need more appropriate music for this.
Oh, right, I forgot. There's more things going on than I remembered.
Darkness, not just mere shadow, an infinite depth of nothingness. Even your very self, your perception, nothing. So much nothingness suddenly shattered by presences. Their existence is so potent it is painful to acknowledge after the nothingness. Dozens of presences, from which you feel hints of comprehension. A strong woman's voice. Nothing stood in her way. She had one goal to achieve, and she sought it out with all her will. She should be mine. Another woman's voice, gentler, on the verge of tears. She faced such pain, such trials, always with a smile and an eagerness for more. I can give her true rest. An arrogant man's voice. Have you seen her muscles? The shows she puts on? I know her very well. A vaguely masculine voice. She had no home. She always sought freedom, but only had it a short time. Not to mention, her spirit mirrors another of mine. A high-pitched, laughing man's voice. What an idiot! So many pointless injuries, such an inability to learn from her mistakes. I've watched her for a long time, and it was so funny. Don't take that away from me. Finally, a deep, genderless voice overpowers the petty squabbling. Your arguments have been weighed, and a decision has been made. She belongs to... Suddenly, nothing. The presences are still there, but a new one has shocked them into silence. Overwhelming fear from these great presences as the visitor is infinitely greater on a magnitude that cannot be comprehended by any present. The others quickly withdraw, and you feel the infinite attention upon you. Words come to you, but each one is spoken by a different voice, from a different land and a different timeline. Cassie, I am glad that I can finally speak with you directly. I hope you enjoy the gifts I have given you, and many more to come. Our goals are one and the same, so long as you keep seeking what you seek. I will provide what you desire. Do not have fear. Do not have worry. Do not have restraint. As long as you are true to your own desires, you will continue to thrive. Carry my existence to Eochora through your reckless freedom so that all may benefit. Even now, the path I have set you on has brought you something new. Enjoy it, but never be satisfied with mere consistency. Once it has bored you, ask and I will reward you with more. You all find yourselves in the aftermath of a battle with one comrade fallen. What do you do?
Do I see where All-Star is?
He's further behind you on the long platform between the two pools of blood. Alistar, what are you doing?
I look over to Tokara and I ask her, Tokara, has she died?
Doing what you love.
Having trouble hearing you, buddy.
Can you hear me now? Hold on.
I forget. I guess maybe not. I was like, when Chris was doing video calls professionally, feedback on his sound would actually be professionally relevant.
How about now, friend?
So good.
Much better.
You asked if she had died. Doing what she loved.
Bring her over here for me, will you?
Kara scoops her up, carries her over.
Okay. I will look at Cassie and I will say, normally this type of magic, I oppose to it, but I believe she is a special case. and I will close my eyes, put both my hands on her body, and cast Reincarnate.
Despite the torches and arcane sigils in this chamber, suddenly it goes dark, and none of you can see anything except for stars shooting across this night expanse that has suddenly appeared. A few seconds later, actually, it's going to take an hour to cast. Um,
Oh, it's a long ass ritual.
yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's good.
So in the meantime, what's everyone else doing?
Takara is just standing there, being like, funny enough, I just discovered I could, maybe revivify someone, but no diamonds, I don't think. Besides, Alistar, you're doing such a good job. Keep it up. It's been 5 minutes.
Audrey's kind of pacing back and forth and kind of watching and yeah, not saying a lot.
Zelpali is kind of standing over his wife and daughter now that they finally have a chance to, not be under attack. He turns to you, Lilvati, and says, "Thanks for what you have done here. I know I didn't deserve your kindness, but it is appreciated." But he bends over closer over his daughter and says, "She had a disease, and it seems like he cured it somehow. I don't know what he did, or I, but she's no longer growing worse. If that cure is somewhere around here, it would be of immense value to my people in a way that I suspect would tangentially benefit yours as well."
We can look for it once Alistar's done. I suspect we'll have a little bit of talking to do once it's over. But you don't owe me anything for this. I just ask that you pay it forward.
Thank you.
I try to find Zolpali.
I kind of just leave the Thunderdome that we were in, and I kind of just like lean against the doorway and sit down.
Yes, Sarkovan, if you walk down to the other end of this chamber you're in, you'll see where Zelpali is.
Yeah, I can't move my
Oh, sorry, it's
my
crossed.
guy.
Try again.
So I go into this room with Zelpali, and I'm actually going to close this door. And I just say to Zolpali, I look to him, I look to his wife, his child, seeing that they are conscious, and now that everything is settled, I look to Zolpali and say, I'm so glad we were able to find them.
Wouldn't have been able to without your help.
I'm sorry about what happened to Talalak. If I had been quicker, smarter, maybe I could have saved him too.
Don't blame yourself. This is all my fault for bringing them here in the first place. You're right, I shouldn't have trusted them.
You didn't know. You've been through so much tragedy already. You were looking for a friendly face.
Well, they're all gone now, at least those in this lair, but the regeneration has agents and strongholds across Brodon. You'll need to be careful.
Do you know if Cathome told any of his superiors about what happened here? Will anyone come looking? How
Well,
much time do we have?
he didn't tell anyone, but 2 blood mages got away earlier. They made it out through the waterfall. I suspect.
Right. I just mean if Cathome told his superiors or someone about the experiments he was doing on your daughter, then even if no one had escaped, I would think that eventually someone would come here. But maybe we don't have that much time, since we do have 2 still at large.
I mean, this outpost is quite distant from their headquarters, but I know not what communication magics they might have access to.
Is there anything we need to do before we leave? I don't think it's safe here.
If we can find what he used to contain the disease affecting my daughter, that would be of immense benefit.
You mean she's cured?
As far as I can tell. I mean, I'll need her to get looked at by 1T healers, but
Well, that's incredible. You won't need the coatl scale anymore then.
I mean, everything that this looks like seems to imply that one would use.
I'm not so sure. The regeneration, um, they have access to all kinds of strange magic, and if anything, I'm concerned about your daughter. I think we should get her to someone who can check her out soon. Because if she is cured, who knows what the regeneration did to achieve that, or if there's some other side effect that we don't know about. I don't trust them.
Your words carry wisdom. I will follow them. The people who would know best what's going on here are in Torhueco. And if I can return there with proof of a cure, then all the conflict my people have been seeking will be not an issue anymore.
Well, if there's a chance that the cure is here, I think it's worth us trying to find it before we leave, but we shouldn't waste any time. Will you need an escort to Torhueco, or do you just need... I'm afraid to leave you by yourself. Is there no one that we can call for aid? How far, DM, how far away is Torhueco from here?
About a week's journey.
And how close are we to Aeon? Here, I'm looking at the...
4 days.
4 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just looking at the map, what path do you think he would take? He would go up the western side of the mountains here and then up this forest path to get there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I say to him, you're not exactly friends of the druids, but you should travel with us to an Aeon. We'll protect you, and then we'll make sure that you can rest and provide you with the equipment and the materials you need to make it safely to Torhueco.
That would be incredible. Thank you.
You should stay here. Be with your family. I'll go tell the others, and I'll come get you when it's time to go. Just rest.
He nods and kind of sits down, exhausted. You look like you need some rest too.
I'll get some when I can. Don't worry. And then I move out and I give him some privacy and close the door behind him.
Oh, I did just want to, remind y'all since it's been a couple weeks. Lil Vati, at some point during the fight, you did kind of lean against a wall, and it caused a secret door to open in that room. That seemed to lead into a narrow hallway. But
I was gonna bring that up after
okay.
after this definitely 5-minute reincarnate cast goes off.
All right. Anything else you want to do in the next 45 minutes?
Hey, Alistar, good sir. I don't mean to interrupt you. Very careful spell casting. When the effects of this, will she be healthy, damaged, hurt?
It's a bit complicated.
Okay,
But
I'll wait.
You'll see what I mean.
Just trying to decide if I want to use heal spell now or later.
It's a good question, actually.
I'll wait.
Reincarnate brings you back at full health, yeah?
Sure, but would Alistar know that?
That's a question. I don't know.
Actually, it doesn't say in the spell,
It does not specify now.
but I'm gonna rule that it does, given other things that it says that seem to imply that.
It seems to imply that you would be okay.
Yeah.
You'd be extremely okay by the time.
It forms a new body. I would
Yeah.
assume the body is healthy.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Good point.
Again, does Alistar know that?
Let's go with yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would probably be aware.
All right. I can't see them, but is any of the snake family, how they doing?
Not well.
Okay. Hey, little friends, little Vati, fox friend, Sarkovan, come in here. Hello.
Eochora,
Oh.
wait!
Oh goodness. Nurse Takara here. Everybody line up.
And I just walk in and I'm like, I just looked at Zilpa. I'm like, it's okay.
He just kind of grins at you.
Yes, hello. I will use I'll spend 10 minutes to do prayer of healing.
Nice.
So obviously on Mozilla, Levati, Sarkovan, and the Snake family. I forget the name of their people. What are they actually called?
Ziamara is his wife, and Akoli is his daughter.
Oh, I was being racist, and I meant like the race of.
Cascalians.
Thank you.
Cascalians is
That-
the nation they're from. Yuan-Ti is the species.
T.
Well, so I was the one being racist. Damn.
Lizard folk, and is that all? Also, I know lizard folk are from there. I don't know who else is.
Lizard folk and Yuan-Ti, pretty much. I mean, there's like a couple of Dragonborn and a few others, but primarily the two.
I want to spend a second level spell slot to cast.
Wait,
Recognize.
everyone gains. All of you gain 12.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, have fun.
What are you casting, Sarkovan?
Well, first of all, is Cathome a humanoid or humanoid corpse?
Give me one sec. Step. Make a religion, arcana, or nature check for me.
Religion, arcana, or nature, you say?
Yes. He is actually a type of devil known as a fang devil.
A fang devil?
Yes.
Do I know anything about fang devils?
Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
You're Lord dumps are my favorite part of D&D. With a 19, you certainly get some information. Let's see. Yeah, so they are from the Fissures of Malachite, which is the elemental plane of Earth and one of the four hells in my universe. And the Fang Devils typically work as spies or assassins on behalf of more powerful devils. And they have a variety of abilities to twist and subvert both themselves and their enemies to be various forms. And they work with the regeneration. It's not uncommon for them to do that. But yeah, so he's not a humanoid.
Got it. That's still dope as hell. And I look at him and I just I think I stab him a few more times, then I walk away.
Did you stab him at the end of last session, or?
I think I did, but I don't know if he had a soul. I'm pretty sure he did have a soul, and I got it.
Okay. Because actually, what should have happened is devils collect souls for power, and so Kazashina would have absorbed 9 souls from him.
Oh. Well then.
So you can go
Old
ahead.
pinata.
Don't mind if I do.
I have
A tasty little sip.
this. This might be staring. This might be looking too far into it. Would Cassie's soul? Where would that be? You know what? I
Unavailable. Remarkably unavailable. Judging by the cutscene that happened at the beginning of tonight.
Well, wait a second now.
How to piss off a whole pantheon in 5 seconds.
Maybe this is a turning point for Sir Coven. No, I'm just kidding.
If you want beef with my friend, with my for whom I am minion, you are welcome to it.
These deities, these guys, these people bickering over your dead body.
No. The one that didn't have to bicker over the dead body.
Oh.
There were
All
gods in a room, and they fled.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna leave you to it, all star. I'm just gonna walk over here and chill against this bitchin' snake statue.
Everyone also does gain the benefits of a short rest during this time.
Ooh. How does one do that? Oh, here it is.
Chris,
Yo.
super quick question. I should have the Beacon of Hope spell, and I do not. I think, at 9th level. So we can figure that
Do
out
you have
later.
prepare? Is it? Are you looking at prepared spells?
No,
Or
I'm
is it?
looking at all. I'm looking at all spells.
Yeah.
I don't have access to it, so just FYI, if I decide to use it later, I should have it. I just don't know.
Short rest does not get rid of exhaustion, right? Only long
You can
rest.
you can spend 1 hit die to get rid of exhaustion. That's the homebrew rule I have.
Ooh. Okay. Well, in that case, I have 4 hit die, but no exhaustion.
Alrighty. Chris, I gave you Beacon of Hope manually, so it'll be in there
Oh,
if you need to
thank you.
reference it. But we need to figure out why that didn't import later. Alright, so Alistar, as you finish this ritual, the whole space goes dark, and all of you see nothing but stars shooting across the sky. One star grows brighter and brighter as it approaches where you remember Kessie's body was, and as the light increases, it forms into a vaguely humanoid shape. Then, as the darkness fades, you see where once was a bulky dwarven woman. Jay, if you'd like to give a little introduction of what you look like
Yeah.
now.
Some obviously taller. Uh, Goat hoofed, horned, maybe fey, maybe something. Did you have? Okay.
Y'all should see the image.
With long, almost matted red hair. Still buff. There's a little like, but certainly a different looking. Almost 6 feet, rather than the like 4 feet I used to be. Yeah.
Alistar, what the fuck?
Almost immediately, she is like shaking. It's obviously sweating, looking at herself, like almost panicked. Says like, "What? Fuck, fuck," and after a few seconds, "Thank you so much. Holy shit, this is the best thing that's ever fucking happened. Holy shit, fuck." She'll says thank you to, throwing thank yous in apparently random directions, obviously to, Alistar, but also at the sky, and at her tattoo, and and to each of you. Just like starts pacing pretty instantly.
Chris, could you remove Mozilla? Mozilla would have faded after this point.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I think right. I'm Kesty. If that's not
Okay.
clear. Sorry. It's not. In
I think
retrospect, that's not obvious.
Most of us probably put it together with the cursing. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks. She starts like running up and down the room.
I feel like this, just for clarification, I understand you have post-mortem excitement, post-mortem erection. But rigor mortis, if you will. But a for clarification, okay, do you prefer this or would you? Uh, I'm confused. Is this a good thing?
Hey, why I'm here? Legitimately, why I came. Uh,
Okay.
You wanted to die?
death was a means. Uh, I didn't. Death was not. I had hoped there was another way, but I had heard rumors that this was it.
Oh, well, I'll be honest. You are the first instance of me using this on an actual person. Normally, we just use them on small little woodland creatures during the training process. So I'm happy you're happy.
Do
I
you?
guess.
I owe you whatever. Uh, do I also do you have where does your power come from? Is it a deity? Is it just some force? What I owe it as well, but uh, shit. Um,
I guess I would say I draw power from the ever expanding cosmos and use it in my spells.
okay. Well then, mostly you, I guess. Unless the cosmos has opinions.
Oh, they certainly do not. Cosmos don't care about us. They
Okay.
just do.
Then the thanks goes to you.
And I appreciate it.
I'm rereading the spell. Your old body's still there.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't give a shit about my own body. Don't even look
Oh.
at it.
What should we do about you know?
I pull my shit off of it.
You know,
Oh, I'm gonna make an executive decision. My old body does not have a tattoo, and I have a tattoo.
Yes, that's correct.
was your armor magical? Like, does it still fit?
Oh, probably I don't have armor. I was wearing my clothes don't fit good. That's fine.
Oh, right. You were okay. Never
I'm
mind.
a barbarian. I
Yeah,
wear
yeah. I forgot.
like a shitty tunic and like a belt.
And your heart on your sleeve.
Pants if we're lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would walk up and I would be totally. I mean, I would be enthralled in what just happened, and I'd look to Alistair and I'd say, What did you do? You can bring the dead back?"
I mean, this particular spell has limitations. If the corpse is older than 10 days, there's not really much I can do. Besides, I am very, how you say, reserved about this type of magic. I consider Kessie a very special, particular case.
Uh, I I had been it has been indicated to me by powers that I beyond my comprehension that this would be possible, and may not in a way that it is not for other people.
Exactly.
I look sort of disappointed. I look up at the new Cassie and just say, "Well, I'm glad that you're back." Um, you can tell Sorkovin's kind of thinking about something else, um, and he kind of. Well, I mean, he's still there. He's just hanging.
I'm not very picky. Anybody got the diamond? Okay.
I have no diamonds.
How about
Um,
150 worth of arc load? That'd be cool.
you're not high enough level to do the thing, are you?
What? Revivify?
Oh no, Revivify only costs 300.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a diamond
Oh.
of worth 300, or I have 150 arc load, so I would need 150.
Oh yeah.
arc load.
Wait,
It also
I'm
costs. Revivify is 1 minute death.
I know.
Okay.
pretty
I
sure I
believe
have
this is for the
arc load.
future.
Yes, I do not intend to resurrect old Kessie or the guy we just killed.
Yeah. Yeah. If you had revivified Kessie, there might have been PvP. Uh.
I know.
I don't have arc load. Sorry, friend.
It's K. Just in case one of us dies later. I'll get some.
Well, we have shit to do, don't we?
Can we
Oh,
try and find something before we leave?
Oh
We're
yeah.
looking,
Oh, I don't.
we're looking for some kind of a cure. A cure, perhaps a potion, perhaps a syringe of some interesting looking liquid somewhere.
If it if it's not in here, I did find in our scuffle there was another secret door I wandered into. There's maybe something in there.
Can you show me where it was?
Yeah, it's in the room with Zelpali and his family.
Okay, I'm gonna if you don't mind, Lilvati, I'm gonna go in there and just let them know that we're about to move on. That's okay. I open up the door. Um, I walk through. I let them know what's going on, and then I invite Lovati in.
I walk in and head over towards the wall.
Yeah. So there's sort of this large snake statue built into the wall, but a section of it kind of like swings open. You should be able to move your token in there. Maybe not. All right. There you go.
Did you?
I'm using the arrow, the D-pad, or
Yeah.
the
Yeah. So you find this circular
arrow keys.
chamber with bookshelves lining all around it, and then a table with various materials and things scattered across it. Can you see the little chest icon on the table?
No.
If you go to your
Uh,
bookmarks tab, the journal notes tab,
oh, it's
and then
also
you click
listed.
the toggle notes
Oh,
display,
yeah.
you should be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
see the chest.
that's the stuff of value that you find in here. A couple spell scrolls, a couple potions.
I do not have permissions to view this undefined sheet.
Where is the setting for that? How about now?
Yes.
Cool.
Holy shit. What we like to see. Look, it's not letting me select Lilavati.
Okay, that might have to do with some of the. You mean like open the character sheet or?
Yes. Or Moor at all.
Let's try this. Try now.
No.
Oh, you need to click the actors button in the top
yep,
left.
yep.
Yep.
Never mind.
Ooh. Ooh. Very nice. I'll leave that to Lilavati though. I can still click it.
Um, I mean, I'm very interested in the arc load.
Oh, well, while this is happening, Kessie's climbing things.
The snake statue right next to you is probably like a V3.
Yeah, easy, easy work. Oh, maybe not. New body.
Ooh.
I suspect Cassie is capable of like things humans are not capable of.
I'm just gonna grab the arc load and we'll just redistribute it.
Sounds good.
I mean, I can also just take all of this and redistribute it.
Up to you.
Just grab it. But that's the only stuff that we find that's valuable is in that.
In terms of like magical power or that such. But there's certainly plenty of information in here of what nature that you'd have to do some investigating to find out.
I try to find some clue as to what the cure might have been, maybe his notes from his experiments, to maybe try and figure out what the cure was.
It should be a investigation or medicine check.
I would like to assist in this.
All right, so you get advantage on the roll.
You said investigation or medicine?
Yeah, because medicine would give you knowledge about like what sort of thing would be a cure, and you can narrow it down more accurately then. Yeah, so after 30 minutes or so of searching, you come across some notes tucked into a book that seem relatively recent. Um, and it's a discussion of rituals involving dragon flesh mutations and various components and things required. And it does mention the scale rot disease as the catalyst for the transformation. Um, it also implies dragon scales are a component to that, and then to fully access the power of the disease, a coatl scale is required as well. And and this list of like components, there's like a checklist, um, and all of them are checked off by like
I
a
take
pen, basically.
Okay. I gather all these notes and I try to keep them safe. I put them in my um I put them in my inventory. I keep the sheet out that has the list of all of the ingredients and I see if I can find those ingredients in this room.
Um, yeah, so looking around, this room is basically books and writing implements, as well as a few things that Wilvati took. Um, you get the sense that there's somewhere else where the volatile components for their various rituals and experimentations are kept.
Okay. Um I walk back in the other room and I show
There you
um I show a Coley the list of the ingredients and I say, "Do you know where they keep these?"
go. I don't remember much, but I think it was, and she points through the doorway to the door on the opposite side. They came out of there with the dragon scales.
Thank you. And then I go in there and I
Mhm.
try to search for any of the ingredients, but especially the dragon scales.
Yeah, so this looks like just like a there's a bedroom and the cabinets just seem to have like basic clothes and supplies like that. But make an investigation check. Yeah, as you're moving through some of these cabinets, seeing if there's anything useful, you find you pull out a drawer and then I look inside and see a piece of wood kind of sticking out underneath, and you reach up and grab it and twist, and that that opens up, and it kind of the cabinet swings outward, revealing a narrow passageway further in.
Jeez. I try to explore. I
So,
call out and let everybody know, like, hey, I'm exploring some. Oh, Jesus.
um,
Where are we going?
Dragonland.
all right. So, in this cramped room, you see several things. There's chests and shelves lining the walls filled with various ingredients. And so there's some stuff in there to loot, but more obvious than that, um, in the center of the room, there's a arcane circle inscribed on the ground, with various symbols on it. And in the center of that circle, you see a large serpentine creature with feathered wings. Um, it's wounded, and it seems to be like its scales are very pale, as if it's like kind of sick, and it's breathing very slowly. And it slowly like opens an eye and looks at you. But
Do I
and
know
then
what type of creature this is?
make a religion, nature, or arcana check.
I walk in behind Sarkovan. Would I recognize it?
You can do the same.
Or the
Arcana,
The
nature, and religion.
religion. I rolled a nat one.
Yeah, it looks like it's another one of their weird mutations.
I don't have permission to view the undefined set, but
Yeah.
also, does this thing look dangerous to me? Like, does it look like it's gonna try and stop me from
Make an insight
looting?
check.
I have no idea where we are physically on the map. Is there?
Do you see where Lilvati is?
Oh, is it...
Yeah, this
okay.
cabinet is a doorway. Like a secret door that opens up.
Secret tunnel. Yeah, okay. I found it.
Where? Okay, hold on. Let me give you. Can you loot the chest now?
Let's see. When I click it, nothing happens.
All right, hold on. How about now? I've had her. Don't listen to her lies.
Let's go.
Okay. Lilvati, you can know enough to tell that this is a powerful creature that is um weakened in some way and trapped by this circle. It's not something that they created here.
wait, was there money in that other chest? In the library?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. this one does though. There's a chest of gold in here.
Holy crap! There's a lot of money in here, actually.
I was
How do you,
asking.
how do you, I actually am over encumbered, so I can't take any more. So Lilavati, you got to take this moolah.
I can't. Does money count towards this, Chris? Did we decide on that?
I don't remember. It does if you wanted to. Let's go with that.
If you want a pack mule, a pack mule.
I don't know if we
existence
can
for that.
trust you with the money, Cassie. You might spend it all on hookers and blow or some shit.
I
Uh, I got-
for Tokara.
Did
Tried
someone
that
say a
already.
large? Did
Oh.
someone say a large sum of money, comrade?
Tokara, we have money, but we can't hold it all.
Yes. Hello. Car is here for you. Come.
Tokara, we need you. We have 2,600 gold.
Holy shit! I don't know if even
That's
Soviet Russia
okay.
can accommodate this.
I can, if you can't.
I can take some. How much does gold weigh? I should know that.
It weighs infinity upon your soul.
How much you giving me?
I mean, I literally can't carry anything else for the rest of time. I'm at max equipment load.
So 2,600.
2,600. Wait, I can't look in
45.
there anymore.
2645.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me do some math.
Alistar, do you have any third or higher level spell slots?
I have. I have 2 third level spell slots.
It seems there's a creature trapped in here in a magic circle. Can you dispel magic on it?
Let's take a look.
Does my face dispel magic?
I most certainly can. And I will.
So as you enter Alistar, you see this creature, and you cast dispel magic, and the glowing runes around it fade, and the creature suddenly perks up its head. And you hear a voice in your mind. Whatever you're going to do with me, just get it over with.
What were those words? I couldn't hear it clearly.
Whatever you're going to do to me next, just get it over with.
Oh. No. It's okay. It's okay. We're here to help you. I don't know if you can understand me. I'm talking to the creature.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
You certainly appear different than the others.
Can we all hear this, or is it 1-to-1?
1-to-1. Is it true? Have you come to free me?
Certainly appears that way. Whoever was in here before, that thing with the blood, we took care of him.
It kind of slithers forward a bit. It is a great good that you have done here. Thank you. If there is anything in my power that you should desire, name it and I will grant it. My powers are not great, but neither are they small.
anything. Well, quote unquote. And I sort of look around. Just is anyone else hearing this?
Nope.
Hearing what?
Huh. Well,
Also, Alistar, here's 500 gold.
I can hold 4 pounds.
Never mind, give that back.
What is your name? What exactly are you?
One sec.
This isn't Quetzalcoatl, right?
No.
I thought maybe they did some experiments on Quetzalcoatl and now it can talk or some shit.
I am Haudrafan. I am a Coatl, a servant of a lesser god. The fiends who operate this place captured me and have been using me for strange experiments.
Oh, so you're a Coatl. I see.
Zelpali rushes in at the sound of this, and he says, "They have a live Coatl." And he just falls to his knees. "We're saved! We're all saved!" Haudrafan turns to him and says, "You are of the Yuan Ti. I can tell that your people have suffered. I will bring them healing and peace."
Do I get the sense that Haldrafan can heal them without him dying or something? Like, I was under the impression that the reason why Zelpali couldn't get the Coatl scales is because Coatls are like divine or sacred and you can't take their scales or they'll get sick or they'll die or something. Is that not true?
That's what you've heard,
Okay.
but there have been people who have said that and people who have said the opposite. So it's not clear exactly
Okay.
what'll happen.
I'm just gonna be supportive for now, but I'm not gonna speak up yet.
Haudrafan, my desire is to do whatever you can to help Zelpali and his people.
Um, Very well. I will go where my power is needed. Um, but please let us leave this horrific place. I wish to see the sun again. It's been years.
We don't hear this, yeah? Is this now to group? or
Now
no?
he's broadcasting to everybody.
Okay. Okay.
Such a
I
creature
don't think
should
my
not
eyes
go.
are that different, but seeing the sun might be different. Let's go.
Such a noble creature should not go without seeing the sky.
Yes,
Aren't you
I
those
agree.
noble
Stick
creatures
with
that
us.
like
We'll keep you safe.
Also, Cassie, here's 500 gold.
oh sure.
Aldri, hello. The Bank of Havoc is here for you. Would you like 500 gold?
Sure. I can't tell how much room I have left. My computer sucks and I can't see the bottom of my character sheet to see how much weight I have. So,
Sounds like we can just assume that you can hold it.
You
all right, that
have 80 pounds free, roughly, it
Oh,
looks like.
Oh yeah.
Well,
All right.
Here you go.
How much you giving?
500.
Wow. Thanks.
So just to keep.
Zakara,
Yes.
here's 150 arc load, friend.
Oh, thank you. This will buy your life.
But not your wife.
What?
She requires more magic to
Okay,
resurrect.
I'd like to change my character. I'd like to change into a different character.
So while we're on like the way out,
Mhm.
I'll be like doing garage sale tactics of, hey, anyone want these spell scrolls?
I'll hold
Um,
anything you want me to. I promise not to use anything that to, for personal entertainment if you don't want me to.
Somebody
Well,
needs
first,
to switch to a wizard with all the spell scrolls I'll have. Anyway.
does anyone
Well,
want a spell
yeah.
scroll of legend lore?
What does that do?
Unless you
Gives you lots.
cast legend lore.
Legend
What
lore
does
gives you a
that
bunch
do?
bunch of information about an item.
We don't have Natalie anymore, so we don't have a.
Yeah.
Basically, it gives you the Vadividya explanation of something that you say out loud.
I mean, I'm pro that. I'm very much a storyteller. I like lore. I'm actually a bard of lore, so I think you should go to me. Thanks.
Sure. How do I give
Is it?
this to you?
Okay, shit.
I can drag it from one character to another.
Ricard, did you manually add the 150 arc load to your inventory, ma'am?
I did, sir.
My lady? Thank you.
Me lord. Just so we're keeping track, by the way, super quick. You guys gave me 2,600. I took 1,600, and then I gave 500 Kessie, 500 Eldry, in case we want to split that up later.
Yes. I will just put my lot in the banking system because I cannot carry it.
We have diversified our portfolio and invested in various things.
It's actually already an established banking system in my world. I don't think they operate in Sharonur though.
The Bank of Havoc is open for business. Please specify donation or investment. Very different.
What?
A donation to the bank or to the Church of Havoc?
Yes.
So Sarkovan gets the legend lore spell scroll. Does anyone want a spell scroll of summon aberration?
I can just do that on the reg. I don't need that.
Are we going?
This is on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Walk and
I'm
talk.
not.
Yeah.
Can we
I'm not
TP out
dragging
then?
my way through the whole dungeon.
Walk and talk.
Oh, thank you.
Also, Chris, technically, Freya would be somewhere.
Where did she go? Or was she just like keeping her
She was
distance?
just chilling outside. Just didn't go in the. She would have just been prowling about.
That's what your lightning bolt should go to now.
Oh. And y'all are just heading like straight out of the place?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably would have tried to give Talalik a proper burial before we, or
Yeah.
whatever the Cascalian death rite would be.
Yeah, Zelpali will oversee that. Yeah, I'll take care of that.
I would be his acolyte if he wanted one.
He appreciates
I would
the
just
assistance.
probably say just a few quick short words about how we were perhaps unlikely friends, unlikely allies. We started off as enemies. But by taking that little chance, this journey has become something far greater than um, I could have ever imagined. Um, And though I've pretended to be Talalik's friend in the past, now I feel like I really am his friend. And I'm sorry to see him go.
This was the first dude we ever fought in this campaign. FYI. Very nostalgic. He was a little fucker.
He was. He got away. He turned into a snake. He literally is the slippery snake meme, but actually.
He slipped his last snake.
Also on the way out, Zelpali will explain to Haldrafam the whole situation with everything that's going on in Cascalias and what he's been searching for and what happened to his daughter and all that. As you exit you finish up this ceremony, and then a few minutes later, Haldrafan turns to all of you and says, "With what Zelpali has told me, it seems that time is of the essence. I can take the three Yuan-Ti by air to their home, and there my
Wow.
scales can be used to heal those who have become afflicted."
I bend a knee and bow my head in reverence to Haldrafan, who I now consider to be a very powerful ally. Um, and I just say thank you. And I look to Zolpali and I say, Zolpali, I won't forget about you. I will come to you, but we have business in Aeon.
Well, if you ever find yourself in Torhueco, um, know that you have allies there. If there's anything you need of my people, I'll be able to acquire it for you.
I'll be sure to visit you all soon. Safe travels.
Thank you. Um, Akoli runs up and hugs your leg and just says, "You saved me. You're a real hero." Um, and uh, Haldrafan kind of stretches out, and the three of them sit atop his back, and he spreads his wings, and he's not that big, but he's able to just take off and fly, carrying the three of them with no problem, and they disappear into the clouds. What are y'all doing now?
Uh, not much. Is there? Yeah, not much. I mean, like Pauling a little impatiently being trying to get to this new city.
We're in Aeon. Yeah?
Is there a river or something nearby? Can we get to that river that goes through the?
The the river goes through the cave that y'all just came out of, or the dungeon.
Right. So I'm gonna swim a little in it,
Mm-hmm.
just as an aside.
What how long were we in there? Is it are we feeling tired? Is it time for a rest? How are we all feeling?
At least many hours.
I think perhaps a
Um,
long rest is probably in order soon.
yeah, I'd say like it's actually gonna be like early morning. So
Hmm.
basically, y'all were in there through the night.
Are we exhausted or threatening thereof?
Pretty close, yeah.
Uh, well, maybe not Getty, but that's fine.
Maybe we should get a little far away from this fucking cult cave and find a good place to camp?
I'm
Oh,
down.
what a great thing that Freya could have been doing this whole time, looking for a good place to camp. She would know.
Sure.
Well played.
Yeah, so she catches up to you. And
Jesus, that is a big pussy.
Thank you.
comes up and goes, wow, and then turns and leads you off to a safe campsite. Probably about an hour away. Get some good distance. And y'all can go ahead and take a long rest.
Sweet. Oof.
Um, all right, and so now it's evening. Um, what are you doing?
Well,
Are there
oh,
any
did I? No,
other are there any other places we need to go before in Heian? Anyone? Any other cults to dismantle?
Please no. I want to go home.
Is Heian your home?
Yes.
Oh shit. I forgot.
Don't worry.
He's
we'll-
also the
we'll
boss
be
of it
right
now.
behind you as I tell her. And then meanwhile, just after 4 cults dismantled,
Um,
On the yeah, head out.
yeah. All right. Let's have everyone make survival checks then.
Okay, but what if I made it at advantage?
That would be cool if you had a source of advantage.
I should be eating rations, right? That's a thing that I should be doing.
Yes, everyone should mark off rations for their long rest.
but I cook. Maybe.
I
Rations
need
also
to.
cost. Cooking costs rations.
I think we should all maybe shed some weight too, and rations weigh. So,
This is true. This is true. I like this train of
Mhm.
thought.
yeah.
Where are my
currently have-
rations?
I currently have 25 pounds of rations.
I would
That-
have given. I probably would have given them 3 rations for the something to snack on the ride home.
Yeah, now he thinks that.
I can suddenly carry more gold.
Cassie is kind of hyped to eat, and then disappointed that things don't taste that much differently in the new body.
Oh, by the way, if we would ever need it, I can now do the what's it called? Create food and water thing.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Yeah, create food
berry.
and water,
No,
basically.
Berry is
Good-
banned.
good berry. Good berry is bad berry.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, berry.
So
Create food and water is a much higher level skill that does less effect. It's like less effective for the same task.
we're ever really hurting as a party for food
Yeah,
and water.
food.
Chris, did you give Sir Coven the Legend Lore scroll?
I think so. Sir Coven, do you have it?
Um. Me no read good. I have
Beyond
banishment. I have spell
consumable.
scroll banishment.
Oh, did I give you the wrong one?
No, I got that one from another
Oh, okay. I gave you all 2
thingy.
of those? Or did? Oh, that was from the first Cecil event, right?
Yeah, I don't see the other one.
Maybe I didn't put it in there.
Maybe you did, but the system shat itself.
That tends to happen.
Where's our backpack?
Wait, both of y'all have a banishment. Oh, that's what the backpack was for. Where did the backpack go?
It's
Oh, you could the secret swords icon under other has an inventory you can use. And in yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well I gave you Legendora
oh, you're right.
Sarkovan.
You gave
Lilavati
me
had
what?
the Legendora spell scroll. Um,
I will remove it.
and y'all both have banishment. I don't know if that's correct or not.
I got one from the first chest.
I got one from the second chest.
Okay, maybe I put it in twice. That's fine. Um,
Get banished, nerd.
Chris, I would like to try something,
Mhm.
actually.
What's up?
This has been something I've been thinking about a long time. I just forgot to say before we took the long rest. Takara would try to use remove curse on the bag of holding.
Wait, didn't y'all get rid of the curse bag of holding? Or am I
Oh.
wrong?
Natalie has it.
Oh, yeah.
JK. The
Yeah,
backpack,
Natalie doesn't own it anymore, but she does have it.
is the backpack we were using not the curse bag of holding?
It is just a system thing for us to manage items.
Yeah.
What's next to it? The secret source has an inventory you should be able to use.
So no one was just putting things into that bag of holding, right? That we now just
No.
lost. Okay, cool. Never mind then.
The only things that were in there were our experimentation
Yeah.
things.
Leather, 10 torches, a chest, and a two-person tent.
Mm-hmm. Never mind.
All right. So as you travel through the night, you're making your way carefully through the forest. When
If we were traveling through the night,
Mhm.
wait, how long does Pass Without Trace last? Is it just an hour?
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it's an hour.
Okay, never
Double
mind.
check.
Um, you hear some motion ahead.
Well, no.
Coming between a pair of trees, you see a dark-skinned man with a crisp white tunic, a golden sash around his hips, and a long rapier at his side. He silently approaches you from the trees. He's a stern man, clearly focused on a singular objective, yet the faintest hint of a smile breaks through his determined expression when he sees Aldry. My
I'm gonna
daughter,
be up. Okay, I'm gonna be up ahead and just say hi.
he says, hello, and then he turns towards
Yeah.
Aldry. Um, my daughter, praise Redoom that you are well. I see you have found new companions. I assume they can be trusted? Uh, this is your dad.
One-sided here. Okay, wait. So this is my dad. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I say, um, hello, father. Yes, these, they can be trusted. And I like kind of not bow, but like kind of like look flustered.
Mm-hmm.
Flustered respect.
Ish, like kind of like not sure what to do. Yeah.
And how aware are they of your purpose for being in this jungle?
The lady you killed?
They're aware. They assisted me in that venture.
Good. Then we can speak openly. And he kind of turns to the others. Just as Aldry was hunting Andromeda Castiff, I have been hunting Vocastro.
Fuck.
He turns back to Aldry. Uh, I congratulate you on your success in your mission. However, I bear ill tidings. And uh, the camera cuts to a scene a few days ago in the lumber camp to the south. Coin Lord Vakastro Kostiv steps through the wooden door. He has witnessed death many times, but even the message from Lov couldn't prepare him for the single tear that broke through his carefully maintained aura of command that came from seeing his daughter's pale, lifeless body lying on the bed. Was it all worth it? Nearly an entire lifetime of research, networking, trade deals, and leadership to create the greatest coin house Astaria had ever seen. Yet what did it matter if he had no children to pass it on to? Father, it is good to see you again, Lov said, moving forward and embracing Vakastro. Even weeks after rewriting Lov's soul, Vakastro was still surprised at how much Lov had changed. This is why it was worth it. The powers of his station, the resources at his disposal, the wonders he made possible were not simply just to pass down to the next generation, but to protect it until it was ready to receive them. The cleric said he can't save her. The assassin used a soul anchor to tighten the bond with the gods. She is in the seraphic Euphoria now, studying with Xanthus. I'm happy with her, as the clerics say we should be, but I feel like I'd only just met her. I wish I had more time to really know my sister. Vakastro could feel Lov's tears stain his jacket. He put a hand on his son's shoulder as they moved apart. My son, how did this happen? We were careful as always. 5 guards, a dozen spell ravens, an alarm, and a glyph of warding. Somehow, they bypassed all that. They? Macabeo was the only one to see them. There was a Shinari woman on top of Giant Eagle that hadn't been there a moment before. The way she was sitting seemed to imply there was another beside her, but they must have been a halfling or a gnome. As they flew away, they killed several spell ravens, but one managed to dispel the polymorph on the eagle. They fell into the forest some distance away, but escaped before we could reach them. But when I went to that location, I found this. Love gestures to a sealed jar on the table beside him. Inside is a small rock with a red stain on it. Well done, my son. With this, we will have no problem finding and dispatching the assassins. I don't care if the assassins are killed anymore. I just want my sister back. If my magic had been stronger, if I had been more careful, it's all my fault. Love, calm yourself. Such an outburst is unbecoming of one of your station. I know you feel deep pain right now, but like all things, we have the power to fix that. What do you mean? They said she's with the gods now. No resurrection magic can bring her back. Well, then it's a good thing we have powers greater than the gods themselves, Vakastra said, as he absent-mindedly began twisting a small ring around his finger. He glanced one more time at his daughter's corpse, remembering the joy in her eyes when she was with animals, training them, showing them all the tricks they could perform or the things she learned about them. Her ravens missed her as much as he did, he realized, and they deserve her back as much as his family does. Remember, love, as long as you serve our family, you shall receive everything you want and more. We cut back to Audrey and her father with the party. He says to you, he's brought Andromeda back. We have no idea how he could overcome the power of a soul anchor, but to know such magic exists is frightening, especially given that it is in the hands of the castiffs. Unfortunately, this means your mission is not yet complete. Here's another soul anchor, and he hands you the small metal coin, if it will even work on her. This revelation has certainly caught the attention of the leaders of our order. So if there's anything, information, resources, assistance that the Equilibrium can provide, I will see that you receive it. Unfortunately, much of what we have is currently devoted to this pointless war against the Astarians. The Castiffs have been producing an unprecedented number of spell scrolls to equip even their rank-and-file soldiers with powerful magic. The only reason we haven't called you back home to help fight is that stopping the Castiffs here will prove just as fruitful. It is more important than ever that we not only eliminate their leadership, but also weaken their forces, sabotage their supplies, and build up allegiances against their nation. All the people of Shenard are counting on us, Aldry. We must bring Radum's balance back to our world.
I nod and I say, yes, Father, I understand. I will do whatever I need to do. Nard.
So, what do you know of their operations here? Is there any information that you can share with me or things that we might do together to combat them?
I look around at everyone and I say, Do you all have any insight to anything?
I mean,
I
I'm
mean, we
not.
did have or I think Natalie still has the papers, but we did discover their deal with the regeneration and how it would violate a treaty.
If it was
Didn't I
discovered,
didn't I take something from next to Andromeda when I killed her?
She had
Um,
a bag.
do I have that still?
Let me see.
Mm,
I don't think that's in your inventory. Nope. It's not in your inventory,
Okay.
but you have it.
Is that useful in any way? Does that give me any information?
I mean, so you kind of grabbed it in the moment and haven't really thought about it since then, but you re-examine this bag. It's kind of a large pouch that seems filled with something, but it doesn't have much weight to it, and it has kind of designs of birds around it.
Can I open it?
Um, you open it up, and suddenly a dozen or so ravens fly out of it and begin flying in all directions. Make a animal handling check.
Oh God. All right, 17.
Um, so the bird seems startled, flying around, but after a few moments, they kind of land on a nearby branch and look towards you. And one of them kind of turns its head, and they seem pretty well trained. You imagine that you can give them a command and they would obey it. Um, Actually, okay, I don't think it's in Foundry. Um, but I can send you this link that should have all the details. Oh wait, no, it isn't Foundry. I just gotta put it in their character sheet. Yeah, so you have a bag of birding. Um, so that bullet point list at the bottom are the different commands that you can give them, and they can attack, they can
Uh,
guard an area, they can carry an object, they can scout for you, they can deliver a message. And there's some of the rules in there. But
okay.
Um, Takara by nature is slow to trust. And can I just do like an insight check to
sure,
see if this guy is who he says he is?
yeah.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so you see on the hilt of his sword the symbol of Radum, the god of the people of Shinard, which is three bricks stacked on top of each other. Um, and his accent, the way he carries himself, seems consistent with somebody from Shinard, uh, similar to Aldry. But other than that, you don't really have any other way to confirm that.
I'm gonna say an
Okay.
11 lets me know what the general vibe of Shenard is. Yeah,
Yeah,
11 history check.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm I'm curious, if you don't mind me asking. Have you encountered Vocastro?
Um, I have. Uh, months ago, um, Aldry, myself, and a few others of our family um, served as the Castives as servants in the Castives household. Um, we shadowed them for a time, learned much about them, and I got to know Vocastro personally. Um, but his magic was more powerful than I had anticipated, and that first assassination attempt was not successful. I'm lucky to have escaped alive, but I won't make that same mistake again.
We're not the only one who's lucky not to be killed by him. I think some of us share that.
You've met him?
Oh, yes. A brief but painful encounter.
You must tell me what sorts of tactics and magic he used. Any detail would be immensely helpful in my objective.
He had one of his servants summon him from across the globe to meet us and try and take his son back. Then he used a flurry of different powerful magics against us.
Describe this
He also
servant.
had a
I describe Mihi Majid. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. You
He's a
start. He's a
dragonborn.
white dragonborn, and he's yes. I'm familiar with that one. Um, but it's strange that he would go to such lengths to rescue Love. His relationship with Love was always rocky.
Not anymore, thanks to more of his magic.
Interesting.
I also described the I think it was a construct of some kind that he summoned as well.
Um,
I can't remember if we learned a name.
Yeah, he doesn't know shit. Hasn't fought the casters whatsoever.
yeah. He said, yes, I've seen him deploy Kail in more than one occasion.
And last thing I remember is he had various magical items of an immense power, such as actually I don't know if Takara would know the name of it, but he had the stone that floated around his head, gave him cool things. I'm sure you know what that is.
Yes, that would have been his Ioun Stone of Greater Protection. Um,
Indeed.
Makes him quite difficult to damage.
There was that rapier of his too.
Yes. Um,
And have we gone over the Ring of Three Wishes?
I'm sorry, come again?
Oh yes, he does possess a ring of 3 wishes, although we saw him use one of them.
I believe it only had one more.
Or that's how
One
he
was
Andromeda.
One was used, one he used that night.
Well, then that's good news if that means he doesn't have any charges left, in which case he won't be able to pull off that trick again unless he has any more of these rings, but
He does. He has another charge left on that one, as far as the last time we met him.
But the implication being his daughter came back to life miraculously recently in a way that raised dead wouldn't work otherwise.
yeah.
Might be how he did it.
safe to assume one of the richest men in the world. That probably safer to assume he does have access to more, but hopefully not.
Even for someone of his power, that is quite the artifact. Alger, I put the soul anchor in your inventory that he gave you.
And he is quite the foe.
Well, I am impressed that you survived that encounter. I know that Alger is in good company. I have some other endeavors to investigate. But again, this is no easy foe. You've completed missions before and failed this one twice. Don't be
That doesn't
afraid
sound
to
true.
don't be afraid to ask the Equilibrium for help. We have resources, agents across the continent, magic items at our disposal, but how this mission will be completed is your responsibility.
Audrey looks like sad, disappointed, like, and says, "I will not let you down again."
I know you won't. Um, and rumor has it your sister is in the vicinity somewhere. Let me know if you run across her.
Really?
Never can be quite sure what she's up to, but it's always good to hear that she's at least safe. And with that, he'll head out.
I look to Aldry and say, "How did he know how to find us here?"
That is a good question.
It seems like most secret societies in this part of the world have no difficulty finding us.
Although my
found
son, out doing whatever for years, and so it doesn't surprise me that he can find anyone if he can find her.
we had found a
Yeah, I
lot.
found you all
for-
right, and I didn't even need to have a secret society.
Yeah,
I'm just some asshole.
my point exactly. We had found a lot for a group that calls themselves the Secret Source.
They don't even have to be from this plane of existence to find us, apparently.
It's almost like perhaps there's some reason that people keep encountering us as if there's some divine script or something.
You believe in fate?
No.
Not so much.
We all take 4 psychic damage from this conversation.
The star explodes.
I believe in a
in,
kid named DM Chris who has
I had like in my defense, my excuse is pretty good. Like I did a pretty reasonable thing as a character and ended up with like sure it's an excuse, but like the excuse is reasonable. The fire druids know where you are, and if they would happily send powerful reinforcements to you if they seemed innocent enough, which I
Yeah,
do.
like
I think.
they're NPCs in Eneon, in Kanatra, various places that have a general idea where y'all are, and then people with enough tracking skills and time can find their way to you.
Soon the tables will turn.
All right. Well, 3 more days to go. Want to keep traveling?
Mhm.
All right. What's up?
Cassie's looking for the biggest animal she can find.
I'm riding it. Well,
Nah, I'm not gonna fight your cat.
I'm-
I'll ask if I can fight your cat, but
You may spar.
yeah, no harm.
Okay.
I only want I want Cassie's main objective in combat is not to hurt things, it's to grapple them to submission.
Jesse, you do not have to
Throw
ask
them
me.
into rivers.
What?
Freya has a will of her own.
I'll fucking happily spar with your cat. That is what I do before. That is exactly what Cassie gets into in free like as like a downtime activity.
Yeah. Um,
Like
so,
time as we're going to bed, heading to
yeah, yeah,
bed.
yeah.
Like
It's
long rest
it's
things.
a impressive battle. You lift her over your shoulders at one point. Um, Freya gets lifted, and then um, but she like bites your leg, but without like sinking teeth into it, and
Yeah,
like drags you around a bit. Um, and
I let her
a lot of
win
back
one.
and forth, a lot of shouts and growls, and but all in the spirit of training. But
Um. Yep. I mean, I just want it's an excuse to experience a body that's not 4 feet tall, to practice fighting with a body that's not 4 feet tall. I'm trying to get used to an entirely new body.
yeah,
So
take some adjustments, but by the end of it, you back in
get comfy.
top skill. Yep. Um. All right. So
I'd also like to
everyone.
just make it short. Sorry, further ado, just a short proposal while we're traveling. Um, so my people, when we were waging war, would do this thing where everyone would carry their own healing kits, right? But they were for themselves. So if we are downed, the person administering aid would use the healing kit on the person who is downed, if that makes sense. So I propose we should all get some of our own diamonds, yeah? All carry them on our person. And that way, if I have to use Revivify, there's always diamond.
Do we have enough? Do we have enough?
Minecraft?
Do you have enough for 300 for every person?
Probably. We can prioritize who would go down first, but yeah.
Cassie doesn't need money. You can.
Yeah.
That reminds me, Tokara, Alistar, would you like a potion of magic? I found more in that library.
Sure.
I will take one if there is one available.
I give both of them a level 2 potion of magic.
Nice.
You can throw it into the secret swords.
Ah, yes. The thing we were talking about literally 15 minutes ago.
Oh,
Okay, I would like one back thing.
fun
How do you
fact.
split it up?
Can you duplicate it? Maybe I gotta duplicate it. Oh.
Anyway, that's my proposal.
Oh, I still have mine, so.
Alright, now there's 2 entries. You can edit the quantity and do whatever you want. The it's dwarf Cassie had more hit points than Takara, and new Cassie has less hit points than Takara. I believe.
Wait, really? Don't I get a D12?
Um,
And my
Yeah,
con?
they're in there. They're singles now.
oh, sorry, no. New Cassie has 1 more point than Takara.
Okay.
I'm big.
Mm-hmm.
Takara has the tough feet.
Oh, right. That tracks.
All right, next day of travel, everyone mark off a ration and roll survival.
Oh, beautiful. Well,
Did you guys get the potions?
Where is the potion located again?
Go to the Actors tab, Other, the Secret Swords.
Ah.
Just delete the one you take, I guess. I don't know if it just duplicates them or actually moves it or anything.
Let's find it.
Aldry, can I get a survival check?
Oh, my bad. Um.
All right. So you continue through the forest. Um, and the day's quiet, relatively flat terrain. Um, not much of interest. Uh, and as night begins to fall, you begin searching for another campsite. And as you roam through the trees, twilight descends and the stars begin to twinkle. Then tantalizing aromas waft through the air. A low murmur of voices rises over the cackle of sizzling foods being grilled. The warm glow of paper lanterns reveals lively market stalls. Before you, in the middle of the jungle, is a sprawling open-air market, with the sounds and signs of monster charmers, fortune tellers, resplendent dancers, skilled orators, and street performers adding delight to the atmosphere. You see signs for different venues, shows going on. Uh, Welcome to the Nocturne Market. Wait, did that? Oh, I gotta turn on this. Hold on.
Gotta let us see.
Um, as you kind of wander the streets a bit, a elderly brass dragonborn woman walks up. She's wearing a simple blue gown and a black staff topped with a gold crescent moon. She says, "Welcome, travelers, to the Nocturne Market. Um, we'll be starting a scavenger hunt in 15 minutes. That's a good way to get the lay of the land. Are you interested? There's lots to see and lots to do, and wouldn't want you to miss out on anything that you're fascinated by."
Cassie will look back at the party like a kid that like is asking to go get like candy or something. Huh?
You know, I fucking love scavenger hunts. So I like both scavenging and hunting. What can be bad?
But hunting scavenge.
Indeed. So hell yeah. Also, I love this map, Chris. Just FYI, this map's so cool.
Sweet.
What's to be scavenged in the hunt?
Um, One second, let me get dog all set up.
The HD textures, holy shit.
So she says, um, so if you head to the Drift Globe Gardens, that's where everyone's gathering, where the first clue will be given. So you can move your tokens around, and if you want to head over there to the Drift Globe Gardens.
I can't read. There we go.
So as you head over here, surrounded by food and beverage stalls, the Drift Globe Garden is an open dining area with shared seating crowded together. The social area is meant to create new connections between strangers and provide a sense of community. Various musicians play throughout the night as drift globes shaped like stars float above the patrons and light the area. Um, there's several food vendors around selling things like um, you see menus for astromancy stew, a meowsy, star brew, moon pie, things of that sort. Um,
How long's the menu and how much does it cost?
let's see. So you see 4 different like stands selling those 4 things I just mentioned.
Okay, well,
Um,
I'm gonna try by all. I need
which one are you interested in?
all
All right, well, let's say you walk up to the Astromancy stew. Um,
whichever one is immediately closer to me. Well, first this thing about getting the
you got 5 or 10 minutes before that starts.
yeah.
Um,
So well,
so
sure,
at
I'll
the
buy all of these.
stew,
I'm sorry, Chris.
mhm.
Can you repeat them? I couldn't type them all quick enough.
The Meowsy, Star Brew, Moon Pie, and Astromancy stew. Um, so you see a market stall, and there's like 2 people in line in front of you, but there's a stern-looking gnome at a pot stirring noodles in a large broth, and he kind of has a bowl. He scoops it in and hands it to a person. Um, and then the person in front of you walks up, and the gnome just kind of goes, "What do you got?" And the person who's in front of you in line, it's a kind of a young human man. He says, uh, "Will this dust of disappearance do?" The gnome kind of looks down at it. Seems fair. Takes the dust and then hands a bowl to this guy. He takes it and looks eager to give it a try. It smells delicious, and he wanders off. You come up next in line, and the gnome says, "What do you got?"
Um, I was gonna try and offer him a Jay's inspiration. Can I do that?
You'll have to figure out some way to. So he said, you're kind of thinking for a second. He says, "Uh, you must be new. Uh, don't take coin here. Just items, favors, and performances. But I haven't seen one of those yet that's been worth a bowl of my stew."
I'll lift anything you can I'll lift any whatever you want. I'll fight anything you want. Performatively. No to the deaths. But
He kind of thinks for a
I'll climb
second.
anything you want.
He kind of leans out, looks around the gardens, and his vision kind of stops on a bench at a table where there's a let's see, a humanoid in black silk robes with emerald green embroidery who's just kind of sitting there. Um, Large yellow horns coming out of their head. Um, and they're probably like 8 feet tall, very wide, big muscles. Um, Strange creature you likely haven't encountered before.
Certainly not. I don't
Um,
know what I am, so I don't know what the fuck these are.
he says, if she'll let you, I'd be impressed if you could pick up Lily.
I'll go. I'll shout. I I'll ask her if I can. I'll go over and ask.
Um, you head over to this creature, and she turns her head towards you. She's got like um, tusks that kind of curve outward, and this like fearsome expression, and she says, "Hello."
Um, the the fine gnome at the shop there said, I could lift you for a meal if you would be willing.
She kind of glances over and says, "If you give me a sip,
Cert, certainly.
sure,
I'll even split it with you.
sounds good to me."
Okay, I'll go. I'll just go ahead and pick her up?
Make a
I mean, you could.
make a strength
You
check.
want you want me to make a strength check? Because I can certainly pick up bigger things than her without checking. But sure. Can it be athletics?
Sure. It takes you got to get the right foot positioning and right angle and
Take a
takes some
second.
loving, but
A
you
little
pick her up
awkward for
enough.
me.
And from the stall, the gnome says, yeah, a deal's a deal. Enjoy your stew.
Give half to the. I'll like. You want? I'll take a sip of it.
Let's see. So yeah, as you drink these noodles and broth, have you ever had that like popping candy? It has that sensation in your mouth, weirdly. Um, and if you want to go look up the
Stew.
augury spell for me real quick, you get the effects of that.
I've done augury before.
Cool. I don't exactly remember how it works, but
I try to grab myself a moon pie.
But I have to ask a question for it to get augury.
yeah. So
I have the.
you got a
Okay,
question?
I'll ask about the results of the um scavenger hunt.
And that's the one that's like wheel,
You
woe,
just
or
give me
both.
wheel woe or wheel and woe.
Um,
Oh, sorry, or nothing. It's wheel for good, woe for bad, wheel and woe for bad,
yeah,
or
wheel. All right, so Sir Coven, you um walk up to the stand where there's a elf is selling moon pies. And she says, "Oh, hi there. Would you like a moon pie? I make it myself."
Yes, but as I understand it, you don't accept coin.
Oh yeah, you just need, something of value. There's lots of things I'm interested in.
Well, what about a performance unlike anything you've witnessed before?
Well, then I hope I can get you a moon pie unlike any you've tasted before. But I'd be happy to make that trade.
Tell me, and spare no detail. What to you is the most beautiful thing in this realm?
So he thinks for a second, and she says, "Have you ever sat on the peak of the Zerubbabel Mountains and seen the sunset just moments before a solar eclipse?" And she goes on for like 10 minutes describing this very specific scenario. Um, uh, and enjoyed such a sight with someone you loved and knew that this moment signaled the peak in your life and that nothing would ever be as good as this. Um,
I take out the dirge crafter. Are there torches nearby?
there's no torches. There's the drift globes floating in the. So there's like these little star-shaped blue um, objects that give off a bright light that are kind of floating around this area, and that's
For
what these are.
purposes of thaumaturgy, am I able to change their color?
Sure.
I have an instance of thaumaturgy changing their color to kind of a deep purple, and then I have an instance of thaumaturgy enhancing the red glow of my eyes, and an instance of thaumaturgy booming my voice. Not 3 times as loud, but a little bit louder as if I'm using a microphone. And I use the dirge crafter, and I start playing a few notes, and I'm kind of like I guess you could say, composing something based on this experience she's telling me about, sitting on the peaks of these mountaintops high, as the sun begins to sink in the sky, um, the dusk painting the land in colors of dark blue and purple, um, the sight of and the feeling sensation of being with your love hand in hand, the breeze whispering secrets in their ears, and the world below, um, as it disappears. The sun bids its goodbyes, the stars emerge in the sky. They sit in nature's glow, and they just feel magical there. And all the while, placing some notes here and there, and trying to put on a good show. Not just for her, but anybody that happens to be around.
Make a performance check.
Is that a thing I can do? Let's see. I'm going to replace that with my foretelling roll, so that's actually going to be a 15 plus 9, so 24.
Nice. She claps and has a huge smile on her face and says, "That certainly earned you a moon pie." Um, and actually, I can throw that in your inventory.
Sweet.
At this, the dragonborn woman kind of stands up on a bench and says, "All those who are here for the scavenger hunt, please gather around."
I can't
After
help but
making
ask.
sure I shared my meal, I'll go hang out.
Mhm.
I can't help but ask if that was the second Emperor's New Groove reference in as many sessions, and if so, bravo.
If it wasn't intentional. Um,
Oops.
but
Mhm.
I'm here for it. All right, and so the six of y'all gather around as well as like 12 or so other people, of all sorts of races and clothing styles, some of which you don't even recognize what sort of species they might be. But she says, "All right, so there'll be a series of clues, and each clue will lead you to the next. And the first to get to the final destination, with all the requirements in hand, will receive, or the first group will receive an all-you-can-eat meal here at the Drift Globe Garden. Um, so the first task is to follow this clue. Where fortunes are seen and fates unfold, follow the stars to where the moon greets the bold.
We have this map.
Yes.
Fortune Teller's Row.
Okay.
Um,
Well, Hall
I
asked the fortune teller's
I
row.
I beeline it for the row.
I actually move pretty fucking quick. I guess also, if push
Don't-
comes to shove, I suspect Aldry could beat me there, but
I stab Kessie in the back. I'm just kidding.
okay, so uh, I need one person who's kind of searching for the specific spot you're trying to get to make an ability check of your choice. You just need to explain how that ability check kind of helps you find what you're looking for or swiftly navigate the market to get there faster than the others, the other groups.
well, I could take the first hit and do an athletics check.
Sure. So
Just to be there.
how are you using athletics to get there
I'm
quicker?
gonna run there so fast. I'm gonna run there approximately twice as fast as people expect people to run there.
Hmm. Yeah, make your athletics check. Yeah, easy enough, and you kind of leave a path in your wake that the others are able to follow through, and everyone gets there.
I just need to find the clue there, right?
Yeah, and you
I
kind
need
of
to first find the
gesture.
clue there, so I'll be there like twice as fast as anyone else. Find the clue before
So
the
you
party.
find
And
a small. Well, actually, let me describe this place.
I'm following the party, but I'm not like booking it. I'm kind of taking the sights
Yeah.
on my way.
So there are various stalls around here set up with diviners using various prophesying tools such as throwing bones, dice, cards, all sorts of things. And you see kind of signs where people can cast various divination spells on your behalf: augury, divination, scrying, sending, things of that sort. But as you're charging through, Kessie, you spot a small decorated stand. There's a small stall that's kind of decorated, and there's a indigo scaled kobold sitting there. Um, and you notice that the stand kind of matches some of the decorations at like the entrance to this market. So as you approach, he says, looks like you found me. Um, Here you go. And he hands you a moon pie, but unlike the one that Sarkovan got, it's stamped with some edible ink, um, in the shape of a marionette silhouette. Uh, you'll need to collect all 4 stamps to win the prize, and before any other group. So you got one. Your next clue is where shadows tell a tale as old as time. Learn the beast's nature from their pantomime.
yeah, I'll like rush back to the party and say there's not. Tell them to bit. I'm not gonna pretend to try and. I'm gonna do some role play and not make any attempt to solve the riddle as Kessie. She's like what has not. She's not dumb, I guess, but like
If that was the
she's
case,
not
then
smart.
Takara
What?
should probably keep her mouth shut too, if that was the case.
Cassie is intelligence of 8. And like her wisdom's okay, but she's not trying to be the brains of a party, so she's given something about. I'll repeat the exact words, but as best I can.
Mhm.
What are the
Nature's
puppet show? Probably marionettes.
harvest?
What?
Question mark. Said something about shadows.
But also marionettes,
Hmm.
which would be a puppet show.
And the shadow's telling a tale.
Telling a tale is a puppet show.
Let's
Uh,
get it.
Yes.
all right. So who's leading this dash?
I am slow.
I mean, you can there's other ways to increase your speed than, athletics. Like, feel free to be creative. There's, a huge crowd of people and all sorts of things.
I
Um,
try to throw off the other groups by telling them false clues.
okay. Um, so yeah,
Deception.
maybe
Kind of
maybe as you're walking by, you see another group kind of trying to figure out this clue, and they got it a few minutes after you, and you say like, "Oh yeah, it's definitely Nightingale Hall because of nights when the shadows come out or something like that." So you can roll deception.
Nerds.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah,
It's your boy
you
Sarkovan.
see they start whispering loudly. There's some nodding in that group, and then they run off in the opposite direction that you're heading. Um, nice. So y'all head over to the puppet show. Um, yeah. So as you head over here, you see the large individual that Kessie lifted, walking and steps into the behind the screen and seems to be talking to someone else. There's a sign that says that the show is lasts 20 minutes and runs at the top of every hour, with the last showing at midnight. So it's not going on right now, but you imagine after the scavenger hunt, there'll probably be some time for that if you want to see it. Um, but next to the stage is a small stand similar to the one you saw in Fortune Teller's Row. Um, and you present your moon pie and get another stamp on it. That is a cat. And the next clue you receive is seek those guys as animals in a zoo, dodging tails, paws, and claws to earn your next clue.
And clue rhymes with tattoo, which we can get at the Inkporium.
The Nightingale Hall. I don't know. A nightingale is a animal. That's it. I don't know if that's remotely relevant.
Verb.
Oh, the Kigurumi Menagerie. Okay, a menagerie is a place. We're going to the menagerie.
The menage a trois.
That's not quite right. Do you guys know what a Kigurumi is?
No.
Go look up Kigurumi online. It's worth knowing what that. It's worth looking. It's like it's a good bit. Um. Uh.
I mean, we all can head over there and I can describe it.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go.
Who's leading the way? Someone who hasn't already?
I'm gonna hop on Freya.
Cool.
Charge.
What's
Yeah,
what skill?
she's a little this would be an animal handling check. She's a little overwhelmed by all the sights here, but I'll give you advantage because y'all are bonded.
That's good.
Hey, that's passable.
Yeah, so y'all make it over there quick time. Yeah, so the market stalls in the Kigurumi Menagerie are all selling various animal onesies. Uh, so basically comfortable pajamas with a tail and to look like there's all sorts of different kinds. You see outfits that are look like a goat, a rat, a weasel, ape, boar, several others. Um, and while you're here, you see um, a young goblin girl walking around, and she's wearing a weasel um, kigurumi, and she kind of heads uh, behind one where that's selling crocodile kigurumis, and she kind of looks both ways. Doesn't seem like anyone's watching her, and she puts the hood up of the weasel one, and then in a puff of smoke turns into a weasel and crawls underneath the stall, the like gap in the door of that stall. Um, but just past her on the other side of this stall, you see the one where you can get your next clue. So you head up to that one, uh, and you get a stamp of a ink pot and needle, and the clue is art comes to life in a flash and a shooting star. The fourth stamp awaits you, and the end isn't far.
I will give this to Alistar because stars.
Hmm.
Yes. I will say I will use my very clever deduction skills to figure out this oh so difficult conundrum pointing us towards the Emporium.
Alrighty. So
Was-
now that you have a destination, do you want to make a roll?
I
Okay.
would love to.
What ability would you like to use or skill?
Deduction. Would that be? Would that be insight?
I would say either insight or like investigation, your choice.
Insight or investigation? Let's go insight because I have a much better bonus.
Um, yeah, so it seems like it's getting sort of the most populous time for this market in the evening. The crowds are thicker than ever. And you're still making progress, but you're definitely slower, and you have to get to the opposite side of the market. But you can head over to the Emporium. Emporium. Um, so there's several tattoo artists here. With flash sheets of various designs, and you recognize each kind of design seems to indicate a different cantrip. Um, so basically, if you do one of the traits here, you can get a tattoo that allows you to cast a cantrip. And every cantrip in the book is available here by one or more of the artists. Um, but there might be a few more as they're not really taking the time to investigate too deeply what's here. But you do find the last clue stand. You get a stamp of a bowl of food on the remaining quarter of your moon pie, and the clue is friends old and new gather beneath light's release. Make haste. The first to arrive earns their weight in a feast.
Can I hear that again?
Friends old and new gather beneath light's release. Make haste. The first to arrive earns their weight in a feast.
So the gardens again.
Back to the drift globes.
Yeah.
I'll
Back
I'll
from whence we
take point on
started.
this one, and I want to look for a shortcut. So I'll
Okay.
try to use perception for that.
Yeah, perception sounds good.
Devastating.
Can I
13.
use the homebrew thing on this?
Not for this scenario. But still enough, you race towards the Drift Globe Gardens, and you see the Dragonborn woman, Amma, sitting on a stool, and she's got a big smile on her face as you run up. Um, she says, "So you got all 4 stamps on your moon pie? Might I see it?"
Oh, I'll assume I'm holding it and hand it over.
That's everything. Congratulations, you're the first to arrive. Um, the feast is yours. Um, and she just kind of waves to the various vendors around. You all will be compensated for whatever this group decides to have. Um, so let me actually put it into your bag. In the your bag is oh wait, oh, the 4 different dishes available. Um, you can take as many of those as you want. Uh, they will go bad after 48 hours. So they're not something you can just
Guess he just wants
hoard
to
for a
try
long
each one of
term.
them.
But yeah, they all. Uh, I mean, there's some description in there about what they're like. So yeah, the moon pie is a round pastry filled with cheesecake. They all taste different than you would expect, but pleasant and interesting.
All right, I'm gonna take. Can we take a break for a bio break?
Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll go to the bathroom and see y'all in 10-ish minutes. so yeah, so feel free to take any of those food items from your Secret Swords little character group. But other than that, the market is free to be explored.
I would like to eat the Meowsy, and I'm gonna have a nice little conversation with my good friend Freya.
Oh yeah, sick. Get to chat with your cat.
What do you ask her about?
I just want to make sure that she's happy, that she doesn't miss her celestial plane too much, because she's been here with us for so many days now. Um, yeah, anything I can do for her, that kind of stuff, because I don't get to talk to her ever. So
Yeah, she just says, I'm content to serve as your mountain companion, but I do sense that there may be greater challenges ahead, and I stand ready to assist you in whatever way I can.
warms my little goat heart.
I would think it was pretty big.
Probably huge, yeah, but you know,
I'm not sure how to take the moon pie out of the inventory, but I want a moon pie.
If you drag it from the character sheet, from the inventory into your own character sheet, it should add it to your character. If it's popped out, you might need to put it back in.
You can pop out your own character sheet and then drag it from the Foundry
Oh, okay.
web page into your popped out character sheet, and it should show up.
Yeah, I certainly have interest in. Oh, I'm not gonna that section. In chatting with any animals, I will do something stupid to take advantage of the moon pie.
Oh, excellent. Got it. Can
Oh, and
people
the starboard doesn't do anything for me.
building
Oh, it does.
people get tattoos?
me too.
Okay.
I will join as well.
Yes, tattoo time.
All right.
I'll go check
So,
it
are
out.
y'all looking to get a tattoo with a cantrip or something more exotic?
I have no idea. Hold on.
For me, it depends on how they work.
Let's see. So these are different from the other tattoos that I've offered at various times. Where is I put that? Yeah, so they're so most of them are just if you get the tattoo, you can just cast the cantrip at will, unlimited. But it's a cantrip, so it's not gonna do, anything too crazy.
Oh, now you've made me go and think about all the cantrips and if any
Yeah,
of them are interesting to guessing.
they're all available.
Do they require attunement? Is the question.
That's a good question.
Might be looking somewhere for a list. Did you put like a list up?
No, it's just every cantrip in the game you can get access to.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, just go to D&D Beyond and spells, and then filter by cantrip. Let me double check if they need.
If I may plead my case, for in case this matters to you, Chris. If one does require attunement, I think myself and some other party members may have to miss out on this wondrous feature. But if they don't require attunement, then well, Sky's the limit.
Just can I get? And how much do they cost? How much does each one cost, Chris?
They probably don't take money still.
Correct.
Oh, you need to do fancy things.
Except for favors.
Oh,
I mean,
Don't don't tempt Kessie.
Okay,
Takara's
so
a holy
here's what
woman.
I'll say. They do not require attunement, but they take an hour to apply, and the market's going to be only open for another like 2 hours or so. So you can't just stock up on every cantrip in the game, but you can at least get one or two if you are able to offer an adequate trade.
It's tempting to press message for my own sake, but that's not what I don't. That's a personal thing and not a.
Need to look up all the cantrips.
And then you, as you're kind of browsing, you find a kindly goblin who offers a more powerful arcane tattoo for the rare client who has something equivalent in trade. Just called the Lucky Stars tattoo.
I'm willing to barter for um encode thoughts.
Does he have more than one of them, or is it just a one-time kind of deal?
I'll say he has, so the Lucky Stars tattoo are special and have special components. He has two of those. But the cantrips, it's just doing a design. What do you offer for Encode Thoughts tattoo?
It's tempting to give my coin. I haven't made good use of it. I'll like what I'm interested in what the person wants more or less. Like, do they like stories? Do they want physical objects? Do they want experiences?
Let's say this one's interested in physical objects.
Okay. I'll give away my cursed luckstone for it.
Yeah, that's a fair trade.
Being very clear that it is in fact cursed.
I mean, it's still like beneficial. It's just after you use it, like
it's a give and take. It gives you
yeah,
a advantage for disadvantage or something like that.
Yeah, they're certainly happy to make that trade.
Can you tell me what it does, Kessie?
Oh, my thing? I just deleted it.
No, the new star tattoo.
Oh, it gives me the spell encode thoughts. You pull a memory. That one action duration 8 hours. You pull a memory ID or message from your mind, transfer it into a tangible string of glowing energy called a thought strand, which persists for the duration. Casting the spell while holding a thought strand allows you to instantly receive whatever memory ID or message this thought strand contains.
I try to trade my chime of opening for another one. For the other one.
For the other one, what?
So there's the cantrip tattoos, which there are unlimited of, and then there's two of the Lucky Stars tattoos, which are more powerful than just cantrips.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. The cursed luckstone is a common. It's garbage. I gave away a trinket. for a cantrip. It's not garbage. It has an effect, but it's just like not.
Yeah, I mean the chime of opening is about the same power level.
So if you want a cantrip, you can have it, but
I try to trade the chime of opening for guidance.
Yeah. I'll take that deal.
how am I supposed to get this cantrip, or do I just put it on my character?
Put it on your character.
It's gonna be confusing because how I got it is unclear, but that's fine.
Can I try and trade a potion of poison resistance for a spare the dying cantrip?
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, and describe what tattoo you get. Somehow related to the cantrip that it grants. For example, if you had chosen light, you might get a tattoo of like a full moon.
My tattoo is of a compass.
Nice.
And it's on my left butt cheek. No, it's on my left back shoulder.
I'll have it be a lock on my head, a little like that I can like. Then the spell is I just go click and I
Yep.
pull out his thought strand and go, and then I can like it's basically like it's like the cantrip itself is like unlocking the door and pulling it out, and then I can and slip a new one in.
Mine's a pair of crossed wings on the back of my hand.
Nice.
I would like to try and trade my Gem of Brightness for Mage Hand.
One second. So you offer that up, and the vendor says, oh, for something like that, I'll get you two.
Oh, okay. In that case,
Or
let's
even the
do.
Lucky Stars tattoo if you're interested.
Could you go into a little more detail about this particular tattoo?
Yeah, so it grants guidance, the cantrip, and has 6 charges. You can spend some of them to reroll a d20, or you can spend one of them to cast Magic Missile at various levels of power.
And does it ever refresh?
Yeah, at dusk.
Oh, okay.
That is very tempting. I think let's go ahead with the 2, and let's do Mage Hand and Message.
Sounds like a deal. So you can have those 2 cantrips. And take off your Gem of Brightness.
Has anyone asked what the star, whatever special one, does?
Yeah, that's what I was just explaining. It gives you Magic Missile, and you can add Guidance, and you can spend some charges to reroll a d20. And it has like a limited number of uses per day.
Gotcha.
Yes, hello. I have some abilities. Perhaps I can offer a service to you for trade. Do you have... Wait, I'm sorry. Does anyone offering these tattoos look maybe like they are perhaps a merchant or a trader of some kind?
Most of them are, in some way or another.
Okay. Well, I'll talk a little loudly. This is the shotgun method. I have, through the gracious power of my deity Havoc, I have the ability to remove curses. If you have any valuable items you fear may be afflicted, perhaps I could help you with that.
Yeah, a Tabaxi man walks up and says, Yes. I bought this amulet to give to my daughter. It was quite pretty, but then I found out that it was actually cursed to cause the wearer to age slightly more rapidly. So obviously I don't want to do that to her. But if you could remove that curse, then I'd be happy to give you a tattoo.
Would this be worth? I'm happy to do this for you. Would this be worth perhaps 2 simple tattoos?
Um, to roll persuasion.
You got it. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to give it to her tonight, so I'm really glad you came by when you did. Two's not a problem.
well, I am glad that you do not have to see your daughter become the same age as you. So here we go.
It reminds me, Alistar, you rolled a natural one on her survival check earlier. You get a Liam's inspiration.
Ah, thank you for reminding me.
And Sarkovan rolled a natural one in an Arcana check much earlier. So that's a Taylor's inspiration for him.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I touch the amulet, and it's, I believe, instant. One action. So in a few seconds, the deed is done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Which cantrips did you get?
Going for Mage Hand and Spare the Dying.
What tattoos are you getting for each?
So Takara already has like a half sleeve at this point. She's got half. She got a half sleeve for her quill thing, quarter sleeve for her thorn whip, and then now just under the elbow, just a ring, one skinny ring since they're cantrips, of since they're both hand based, one hand pointed this way, one hand pointed this way. The Spare the Dying is covered in iconography of Havoc,
Nice.
and the Mage Hand is not so much. Looks a little more devious, perhaps, but two kind of opposite themes.
Cool. Um, Alistar, what about you? What design do you have?
I would say the Mage Hand tattoo is sort of a smaller shadow of a hand imposed on the top of my right hand. And then, let me think, for the message is going to be just various symbols traveling from the ham up throughout my arm, also the right hand.
Cool. Alrighty. Anyone else?
I think I want Booming Blade, but I need to see what's trade for. Hold on.
Oh, I approve of Booming Blade.
I can't read the whole thing. Taylor's messaging me what it was because he can see it on his end. I'm not like logged in or anything. I just Googled it, so I can't see what it is. Can somebody like read the whole thing to me?
It's
the two.
Long. But
it's basically when you hit somebody, you make a melee attack on somebody.
It has to be melee.
Yeah, and if you hit, you do a little bit of extra damage, and then if they move before your next turn, they take a bunch of extra damage.
okay.
So
Willingly move.
Mhm.
Willingly.
Does it say willingly?
I
I
think so.
believe it does mention willingly.
What could I give? I have a million.
Does say
Roll.
willingly.
I have a million spell scrolls. If you want any of those, or
I think
have.
Two low-level spell scrolls are one of the higher level spell scrolls. As a one-time use spell is equivalent to permanently granting you a cantrip, so that would work.
How do I tell which ones are higher?
I guess there's not really a way other than looking at it or knowing.
You can just kind of
Oh,
take.
if you click and open it up in Foundry, it says,
Oh, okay.
you know, like if you click on spell scroll of major image, underneath it says major image level 3.
And that's the higher ones.
Yeah, I would say 1 and 2 is lower and 3 and 4 is higher. I don't think you have anything on that.
Give me somebody else go while I'm looking at this, and then I'll give you an answer in a second.
Anywhere else in the market y'all want to head to?
Definitely need to get my fortune told at some
I
point.
kind of want a Kigu pretty bad because it's another form I can try out.
Um, one sec.
I wouldn't mind trying to find some kind of creepy onesie, also like maybe a snake onesie or something, so I can be better friends with Soul Polly.
Yeah, there's a stall that's selling a snake kigurumi. It what do you have to trade?
For the Kigurumi or for the fortune?
We'll do the kigurumi first. Since this is there too.
Does this guy smell bad? I have some soap. Let's see. Does it have to? Do I get the sense that it has to be magical in some sense?
That certainly seems to be what people are most interested in here, but you know, there's not any hard and fast rules.
What about a potion of? What about a potion of? What is it? Aqueous form?
Aqueous form?
Aqueous form?
Yeah, they'll take that for the snake kigurumi.
So happy they have one of my size.
Yeah, I can put that in your character sheet real quick. Yeah, so you have a kigurumi of wild shape. Just make a note that it's a snake, but it describes how it works. Oh. Seems like imported kind of weird. Kessie, what about you? What's the different types of animals for sale?
That's a hard question. Yeah, something reptilian is probably good. Or a spider. No, not reptilian. If there's anything. Oh no, I've done it already. Shit. I was an arachno already.
Let's see.
Reptilian it is.
Yeah, they have a constrictor snake, a crocodile, a giant eagle, and the rest are mammals.
Is the giant eagle more expensive?
Yes. That's gonna require something of pretty decent value. Or a pretty decent favor.
Yeah. Crocodile is fine. I don't have anything good to trade. Other than like spells or impressive events. Like I guess. What is this? Will they take it for a potion of Hildran strength? That's 21 strength
Yeah,
for an hour.
that's make a persuasion check or
That's not gonna go.
you know,
It's fine. I'll make a
you're gonna
persuasion
need
check.
a skill check. That's appropriate here.
No, I'll
However,
make a persuasion check
yeah.
and fail and then not get it. That's fine. This is. We're not here to succeed at every goddamn thing we try.
Yeah, let's say tempting, but I need a little bit more to sweeten the deal.
It's fine. I'll find another way. But
Oh
thanks.
wait, sorry. This was the crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking the giant eagle. No, yeah, they'll give you the crocodile for this.
Okay, sweet. Then I'll give him.
Yeah. The crocodile is not as valuable as a giant
Can
eagle
you
one.
give me the crocodile onesie?
I can give you a kigurumi, and you can remember that it's a crocodile. Where is?
I can name it in parentheses Kigurumi.
Yep, it's in there.
I find a fox Kigurumi.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Would they accept a spell scroll of calm emotions for it?
They mentioned how they've had some. Yeah, this one will be some sort of a skill check too. Probably persuasion, but if there's some other method you can use to convince them.
What about 2 spell scrolls?
Yeah, they'll do that. Let me put that in your inventory.
Elite.
I really like this bartering system because rather than try to guess what magic items y'all want, I just present a bunch, and then the ones that I gave y'all that y'all don't want are now going away. And everybody's happy.
Capitalism.
I'm gonna give Matt the spell scroll magic circle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll just delete it from my inventory. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be for booming blade.
Okay, let me get you that spell.
My tattoo is a giant lightning strike on the side of my body.
Yeah, so you have that under a spell book now. Your one spell. Nice. Anything anyone else wants from the Kigurumi Menagerie or Inkporium, and then we'll head over to the Fortune Teller's Row with Sir Coven.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, and I said the wrong thing. Because Spare the Dying is just healing hands. So
Bad healing hands. Well,
yeah.
similar. Actually, it's kind of in Chris's system. It's actually slightly better healing hands.
Yeah, my rule is that Spare the Dying brings you back to 1 hit point.
Isn't that also just what healing hands would do?
But it costs 1 point healing hands. But like it's cheap. Yeah.
I've got 45 of those points.
Yeah, I understand.
So I'm actually I can get a better cantrip. I actually, if it's okay with you, retcon that a little bit and do virtue instead.
Which one?
Virtue.
It's at UA.
Oh, sorry.
Chris might say yes anyway.
Yeah, I basically need to figure out if it's one that I put in or Joe put in.
No, it was on the internet. I searched, and I'm here at Wikidot.
Oh.
D&D 5e Wikidot, and it has.
Don't ever use a D&D wiki. Does it still have that banner at the top of the page saying we have homebrew everywhere?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe it does.
Maybe not on a wiki. No, that's a different wiki. Yeah.
It's just a D4 of temp HP
It's a D4 plus spell
ability
cast.
modifier of temp HP as an action.
Yeah, don't use that website. Just use D&D Beyond. Or
Yep. I hear you.
Foundry also, but that's not as easy to filter things.
I'll let you know
Okay.
in a minute. And then is there an easier way to add spells that I'm not seeing besides inputting them?
I have a in the compendium section of Foundry, I have a thing that has all the spells in the game, and I can just drag and drop them into your character.
Okay.
Oh, can
Cool.
you do that for? I did the bad one, but I did a bad job. But you could do the good job.
What do you want?
Encode thoughts.
Yep. Oh, and I think if you mark it as like a at will or innate spell, it like separates it from the other stuff.
Well, all of my stuff is fucked up, so it doesn't help me that much.
I mean, I can like see the spells from your race are separate from everything, all the other spells you
Yeah.
put in.
But they also have. It's complicated anyway.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Sir Coven. So you approach a dimly lit tent, hear the sound of tinkling bells and an incense filling your nostril. You find yourself in a small room filled with cushions, draped fabrics, other mysterious objects, and the center of the room on a raised platform is a figure wrapped in colorful scarves and shawls. Um, Her face is painted with intricate patterns of gold and black. She holds a deck of cards in one hand and a crystal ball in the other. Greetings, my child. I am Madame Zara, seer and sage, blessed with the gift of foresight. You seek knowledge of the future, yes? Sit, sit. Let me consult the cards, the stars, and the spirits that guide us all. Um, as she begins shuffling the deck and kind of setting some cards out, she says, "What brings you here today?"
Oh, just trying to rest a bit after a grand adventure. Nothing in particular.
Hmm, interesting. Is your adventure
I'm
over complete, or do you still have much journey to undergo?
I'm intentionally trying to be vague.
Hmm.
Um, there's still quite a bit left to go, but we did close an important chapter.
It's always good to make progress when you can. As she lays the cards out in front of her, um, she says, "Pick 6 cards and pull them forward, but don't reveal them just yet." Um, I assume you pick out some cards kind of randomly, or
Um, yeah.
all right. So you pull them forward. She shuffles the rest and puts them on the side. All right, let's see what fortunes hold for you. She flips over the first one, and it's um, a tarot card labeled the Hanged Man. She says, You feel a little confused and perhaps fearful because you sense or know that there is someone or something you need to give up to be able to move on. Self sacrifice isn't always clear, You might not even know quite what or whom you should give up. But think of this as a time of passage from your life to another, and maybe a time of spiritual development as well. Might be worth looking at things from a different perspective. All right. The second card will tell us what you most want right now. She flips it over, and it's the Hermit. This suggests that what you most want at this time is to know what to do, as well as companionship or friendship if you feel lonely or isolated. The Hermit also indicates that you might be feeling exhausted or in need of a rest. This might be a good time to really extend that rest and recuperation you're doing. The third card will reveal your fears. She flips over and shows the Empress. You're feeling insecure. Perhaps you have money worries, concerns over a child, or something of that sort. Just remember there are people around you who love and care for you, and they will give you support. Try not to be too overprotective and do not resort to emotional blackmail. It won't do you any favors. The fourth card will tell us what you have going for you. She reveals the World. Success, fulfillment, and conclusion are near at hand. The successful outcome to a venture, satisfaction in a relationship, and efforts rewarded. This culmination of events includes material wealth or greater spiritual awareness. Enjoy. The fifth card will be the things going against you. She flips it over and reveals the Lovers. Ooh. This is telling me that you must be suffering in silence in an unhappy relationship or feeling lonely in some way. Do you have the courage to make the decision you really know you should make? You might have a great sense of duty, but is that bringing you happiness? You're going to have to make a difficult decision, but if you have courage, you can achieve emotional happiness. And the sixth and final card will reveal the likely outcome. She flips it and it shows Judgment. This tells us it's a time to take stock, end an era or phase of your life, as brand new opportunities will soon appear. This opportunity must not be ignored. It could have far-reaching implications, changing your life for the better. You're going to enjoy some success and enjoyment for your past efforts, but things are going to pick up the pace, and some good outcomes might be quicker than expected. So, that's your fortune. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it told you what you needed to know.
I'm so very grateful, and what might I give in exchange for this?
Sec. You see, this deck of cards is on loan to me from a friend. I have another deck that was given to me by my mentor who passed away many years ago. But that deck was taken from me earlier this evening. So if you could find it for me, I'd be most grateful.
Do you have any idea who took it?
No. The last customer to visit before I noticed it was missing was an older man, clearly had some magical potential. Bit clumsy, wore a long blue robe that almost completely obscured his face, but he seemed quite fascinated by the readings, and he's probably still somewhere around the market.
You have my word. I'll do my very best to find your missing deck of cards.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, I'm hanging with the group, definitely keeping an eye out for somebody who matches that description, but I don't go actively searching just yet.
Make a perception check. Um, you, as you're kind of wandering around, you spot someone in a blue robe kind of from a distance, like down a street. And you go follow them for a bit to try to catch up. But by the time you reach where they were, and you saw them kind of near the Nature's Harvest, but you lose track of them pretty quickly after that first sighting.
Hmm. Do I know if any of my party members saw that I left the group to go investigate?
Um, Probably anyone with a passive perception higher than 14 would have noticed.
Okay, well, I don't waste any time and I try to search around Nature's Harvest and near the puppet show area and also near where these benches are to see if I can spot them, searching specifically for the blue robes.
Um, So yeah, so this area features a variety of stalls that sell herbalism kits, um, potion making supplies, and various types of potions and ointments. The You also see various people working with various bits of like monsters, like a scaly tail or some strange looking claws that they're sort of chopping up and condensing to create all sorts of interesting things. Make a investigation check as you look around. Get some Taylor's inspiration, but doesn't seem to be any sign of them around here.
Oh well, I'll find him eventually.
Kind of side eye Alistar. It's like you saw him leave too, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me wants to follow, but part of me wants to take this time to enjoy myself.
I've had my fun. I'll go keep an eye on him. And I want to do some cantrip shenanigans. Like I want to like produce a flame, then kind of modify it with control flames, to, like kind of be a kind of like a reef of fire on my back, and then I want to pop on the Kigurumi and turn into a fox, and
Nice.
then kind of duplicate Mozilla's look, and we both go after Sarkovan.
Yeah. Few people kind of are wide-eyed at your transformation, but you see more smiles than anything else. Um, and you catch up to Sarkovan. Sarkovan, you see a pair of or a flaming fox kind of approach, similar to Mozilla, but not quite.
Is Mozilla a boy or a girl?
Oh boy.
Mozilla, did you find a girlfriend?
Wait, sorry, is Mozilla? Did you pop out Mozilla as well, or did I miss?
Yeah, I've had
Okay.
Mozilla the whole time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That isn't. Wasn't a relevant question.
I mean, do I have any way of knowing that it's actually Lilvanti?
That would be an insight roll, probably.
Okay. There's a bit of a suspicion here.
How subtle are you trying to be, Lovati?
Not subtle. Like
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm not trying to be secretive about it.
Yeah. You can tell what happened here.
Well, then obviously I said that ironically. Lilvanti and Mozilla, I need your help as much as it pains me to say it. I need your help finding an evil wizard dressed in blue robes. And if you spot this ne'er-do-well, alert me immediately. Thank you. I shall pay you handsomely.
I'll go peruse the northern side of the market.
Investigation or perception check.
Homebrew question mark.
I mean that's enough. You spot the wizard entering Nightingale Hall.
I'll send Mozilla back to Sarkovan to bring him.
Mm-hmm.
What's
And
that,
I'll-
Mozilla? Down at the well. And then I just run.
Nice. All right, so y'all catch up. So you head inside Nightingale Hall. The small recreation center is a colorful stone building with paper lanterns hanging from the ceiling. You notice people sitting at tables playing a tile-based game called Nightingale. The tiles are decorated in suits, including faces of the moon, stars, and feathers. Um,
They're showing my one weakness.
there's a few games going on, a few tables of people waiting for someone to play with, and you also see kind of at a central table at the back the Dragonborn who ran the scavenger hunt is here, with a game board in front of her, just kind of waiting for people to play. Um, you see the wizard is kind of meandering around watching a um, game for a bit. Do you approach or wait for a bit to see what they do?
Hmm. I think I'm gonna hang tight.
Okay. Um, the wizard kind of glances around and seems to think that nobody's looking and goes through a door leading into a back room.
Hmm. Okay. Um. I think I'm gonna try and cast invisibility on myself and follow him.
Okay. Um, so he did close the door behind him. So do you want to open the door while invisible, or?
Is that gonna break my invisibility if I
No,
interact with
no,
content?
but the door would basically look like it's opening on its own.
Right. I try to be as sneaky about it as possible.
All right, make a sleight of hand check to like open the door in a way that looks like maybe the wind caused it or something.
Okay.
Is
Or
there
like,
like a second exit, like in the picture?
yeah.
Can I kind of cause a distraction by like me and Mozilla running through and then leaving through the other exit?
Uh, sure, yeah. Make a charisma check, I guess, to try to get the attention of as many people as possible.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of people kind of laugh at your antics, but seems like foxes running around is not unseen here. But Sarkovan, you're able to slip inside without problem. You go into kind of a back room where there's sort of just like some storage crates and paper, ink, and things like that, um, and a small window. There's no sign of a wizard, but you do see um, two young goblins and a deep gnome all kind of sitting in a circle, um, chatting amongst themselves, kind of laughing, and you see that they um have one of them has a bottle of some sort of oil. Uh, and that goblin, he kind of pours it on his hand and holds up his hand, and his hand suddenly becomes like transparent, and they're like, "Ooh!" And then but then you see the deep gnome kind of playing with a deck of cards.
Hmm. Does it look like they're about to start playing a game with the cards?
No, it looks more like he just like kind of shuffled them, like like picks up a card and like looks at the picture on it, and then like sets it down and picks up another one, and just kind of examining in it, but not doing any kind of specific
Mm.
game.
I try to. I try to do a I mean, I don't know if this is possible. I try to do a combination of minor illusion and thaumaturgy to
Sure.
scare them away.
Um. Okay, yeah. So you create like a loud sound all of a sudden. The three children all like shriek, and one of them just says like run, and they run out they climb out the window that was there to get out. Two or three of the cards are left behind, but he still had the deck in his hand, so he got away with that. Um, the and after this, you kind of notice that like on one of the crates nearby is a long blue robe and a blue wizard hat.
Mm. I grabbed the cards that they left behind.
Hmm.
Um, do I remember what they looked like?
I mean, you look at these cards and they're similar looking tarot cards, but like of a much fancier style. Um,
I mean the
oh,
deep.
oh yeah,
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 no,
yeah. I mean, you
yeah.
got a good look at them. You would be able to recognize them. And at this time, Lovati, I'd say you kind of spot a couple of young goblins and a deep gnome climbing out of a window of this building from kind of roughly the area that Sirkovan went into.
I try and tail them.
Um, sure, make a stealth check. I'll give you advantage because you're a fox. Um, yeah, so they kind of run off and eventually make their way over to the area by Cosmic Cosmetics. Um, and they sort of lean up against the side of a stand and are like catching their breath, trying to like looking around the corner to see if anyone's following them, and you're able to stay well enough hidden, but you see where they're at.
I keep an eye on them and have Mozilla go get Sarkovan.
Sure. Uh, Sirkovan, Mozilla finds you.
Once again, Mozilla, you're saving the day, and I have Mozilla lead me back.
Hmm. Yeah, so you spot them around a corner, kind of between two stalls.
So I would have let go of invisibility on my way back.
Hmm.
Well, actually, Mozilla probably wouldn't have seen me. I would have dropped it before they arrived. Or maybe not. Maybe I did it on the way back. But anyway,
Wouldn't the cantrips have broken it?
Yes.
oh, that's true. Um, I approach the gnome and I say, um, I found these cards on the ground. You wouldn't happen to know who they belong to, do you?
The female goblin, she's like, um, well, the gnome tries to say, yeah, we meant to. They're not. We were gonna. And then the goblin says, they belong to us, the monkey around gang. So you can give them back to me, and
How
everything will
old
be
are these kids?
probably like 10 to 12.
Okay.
Or equivalent in whatever
Yeah.
their age range is.
Well, I surely wouldn't want to mess with the monkeying around gang, but I'm afraid I can't give these cards back. In fact, I need the rest of the deck.
The girl goes, ah, and then the male goblin, he says, I told you, Feifei, we couldn't keep them forever. We were lucky we got to play with them this long, but we need to give them back. Um, and she's like, fine, and hands you the deck of cards.
But because you were so willing to give this to me, I have a gift for you. And I give the gnome my charlatan's die. And I teach him how to make it so that it lands on the number of his choosing.
Whoa, this is so cool. And Feifei's like, oh, I can't wait to see what kind of tricks we can pull off with this thing. Um, and the gnome's like, no, it's mine. I get to do with it what I want. And Wei's like,
Now, children, there you can all share.
yeah, Rue, share it with us. Okay, if the nice cursed demon man says so.
Strangely accurate. I bring the deck back to the fortune teller. The deed is done.
Yeah, she thanks you greatly for it. Um, and now I have a at one of our last stops some time ago. I met this young tiefling girl, and she left this here. I don't think I'm ever gonna really get a chance to see her again, so I want you to have this. And she hands you a pouch. You might find it useful, maybe not. Trade it for something here if you want. Um, but I added some dust of deliciousness to your equipment.
Mm.
Just consider it a thank you for what you did for me.
You're far too kind. Um, enjoy. Um, well, I suppose you're not working for the entire festival, right? You do get to enjoy it also.
Of course.
Very good. Enjoy the festival. Um, until next time.
Um, yeah. So anything else anyone wants to do here before we call it a night?
Um,
Because this place will not be
correct,
here in the morning.
correct me if I'm wrong. You said that the fortune tellers row also had message sending services.
Yeah.
I would like to use that.
Okay. Um, yeah. So you'll need to trade something of decent value, and they'll cast ascending to anyone of your choice.
Cool. I'll walk up to one and I'll say, I take it you're familiar with reading star maps, am I correct?
Um, we use a variety of different methods. I'm no expert, but I've used them before.
I see. Well, if you'd like, I can perhaps show you some charts dating back many, many years that very few might have a chance to see.
Oh, that'd be quite useful as the stars are always changing above us, but finding the patterns can be beneficial in our endeavors. Um, so yeah, if you spend some time showing them your star charts and stuff, I think they'll do the sending for you.
I will absolutely do so.
Cool. So it's 25 words. You can send it to me or just say it either way.
Sure, sure. Would it be possible to send it in a particular language?
Yeah.
Okay. I might just need a moment to analyze my thoughts. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to you through Discord.
Sure, that works.
Cool.
I should probably have popped my tattoo just out of respect or disrespect or something. Oh well.
I have. I didn't want to interrupt, but I long ago decided instead of spare the dying, I'll just take the message cantrip.
Sure.
And so instead of, just for flavor, instead of the hand covered in Havoc iconography, it's now a hand holding a rolled up scroll with a seal bearing Havoc's symbol.
Cool. So
So
yeah, let me send you your message back.
Appreciate it. Don't mean to interrupt.
I also just realized that the temptation to, in exchange for something from this stupid court, lay down my life is high. Just go die for something. It's like, well, you could stab me in the throat for it if you'd like.
Cassie has so many things to experience in her new body.
Well, mostly it's like the same stuff, it's just a little different.
Damn it.
There's some key things that are like she hasn't tried yet, but mostly that's fighting stuff.
You don't want your KD to fall below 1. You have to kill something in your new body
Oh
before you
no,
die.
that does not matter. She's tried killing things many, many times. She doesn't need to do that ever again. She
Let
will,
me
but only
meme. Let me
what?
meme, Jay. Let me meme.
Sure, sure. It's a good bit, but Cassie's almost wants to get her KDA below 1.
It
That's the
reminds me of
goal.
that video where they were playing zombies and they were like, "How did you go negative in zombies?"
True talent.
Like, yeah.
Um,
Yep.
Liam, did you want to roleplay that out tonight or save it for another time?
We'll save it for another time.
Okay. Um, yeah, so I mean, unless anyone else has anything, I think that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Very fun.
Thanks for playing.
Cool.